away as spring is almost ready to exit and we legitimately get into summer. And that's the Steelers quarterback position. There's a couple things in play here. The Steelers, to be such a good organization, have done an awful job with a quarterback succession plan. Awful. Now, look, they wandered in this, quarterback no man's land with some occasional success for, some 20 years. Some 20 years between Terry Bradshaw and Ben Roethlisberger. They, like I said, some success. Neil O'Donnell, a veteran, a journeyman, took them to a Super Bowl that they lost to Dallas. They had some success with Slash, right? Mike Tomczak, another just a veteran bus driver. Cordell Stewart gave him some moments as a Slash quarterback. But until they got to Ben Roethlisberger, it wasn't that steel curtain. It wasn't a Steelers dynasty. Roethlisberger shows up, and what do you know? The Steelers had a couple more Super Bowls to their trophy case. He has a glorious 20-year career, and man, it has just been barren soil, hasn't it? It feels like Roethlisberger has been gone for 10 years, doesn't it, E.T.?
It seems like he's been gone for a minute.
It does. And the reason is the Steelers have done an atrocious job of restocking the position. Now, one problem they faced is that Pittsburgh has always been good enough that they never pick lower than like 20, 18. So they're never in the top 5 or top 10 in case there is like this one of these, can't miss quarterbacks. They're never in position to take him. And the ones that they've tried just haven't worked. I mean, for Pete's sake, they've now circled back to a former, third-round pick in Mason Rudolph. They've circled back. This dude was here 4 or 5 years, first as a Roethlisberger backup, and then as just not good enough as a starter. He went off to other parts. Now he's back in Pittsburgh. Mason Rudolph's going to be your starter, Pittsburgh? Listen, the only other option out there is Aaron Rodgers. And the longer this thing goes on, the more and more the outcry against Rodgers joining the Steelers from those that are a part of Steeler Nation, those voices start to elevate. Like, say, Terry Bradshaw. Steelers going through OTAs. I saw Mason Rudolph met the media yesterday. The silly question of the day, have you talked to Aaron Rodgers? Yeah, sure. We talk all the time. I'm trying to encourage him to come here and take my job. But among those weighing in on the quarterback's situation is Hall of Fame quarterback, 4-time Super Bowl champion Terry Bradshaw, who most people now, I assume, know as a commentator on Fox, but the 4-time winner didn't hold back in his assessment of the seemingly never-ending flirtation between Rodgers and the Steelers. In a radio interview, Bradshaw lambasted the Steelers for having interest. That's a joke. To me, this is a joke, Bradshaw said. What are you going to do? Bring him in for 1 year? Are you kidding me? That guy needs to stay in California. Go somewhere and chew on bark and whisper to the gods out there. A Hall of Fame quarterback, not just critical of the Steelers' handling of Rodgers, he also called them a failure for how they manage now Cleveland quarterback Kenny Pickett. Steelers drafted Pickett in the first round in 2022. That lasted all of 2 years before he was dealt to Philly. Bradshaw, I'm not sure he's earning any street cred here, also said this: I liked Kenny Pickett. I liked him at Pitt. I know him. I know what he's like. When they got him to Pittsburgh, they didn't protect him. They didn't get him an offensive line. They wanted to run the football, but they didn't have an O-line that could protect, didn't have weapons. He had no wide receivers to speak of. Then they throw a kid in there for 2 years, and you got an offense that doesn't fit and doesn't work, and they can't run because their O-line's not even good enough for run blocking team. Now they're saying Kenny Pickett is a failure. He wasn't a failure. The Steelers were a failure. And so there it stands. And Aaron Rodgers, for his sake, I don't know, a darkness chamber somewhere? Perhaps riding camels in Egypt? Maybe producing a Netflix show? Burning Man? Mount Everest? I'm eating ash somewhere? Don't know. All right, let's go inside Jags camp when we return. You're listening to The Drill. It's a Beach Roast Plumbing Wednesday, like family beach roast is there. Wednesday's always fun around here as we welcome in Get Smart John to the festivities. That's coming up in about an hour. Murphy, Power Hour in some form or fashion. I'm just going to take a pass, man. I'm just sick to death of baseball. These Braves are just chafing my behind, man. They are just chafing. The Braves right now are okay. I'll give you one. This is what the Braves are to me right now. Thankfully, this doesn't happen to me. I know it's happened to Dan. It happened to Andy in the office. If you know, you know. It happens to many at River Run. It only happens the first time. Then you learn your lesson and you go. But E.T., there are certain people when they run the River Run, chafing being such a potential problem that they better either vaz up those nipples or put some Band-Aids on them or something.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, they'll rub them raw and bleed, man. There are a lot of people cross that finish line at the River Run like the Hard Eyes Killer. They got 2 red splotches on their chest, okay?
Oh, I do not want this
that's
problem.
what the Braves are doing to me right now. I'm a chafing, nipple-bleeding river runner.
Sorry
Back with
for you,
more
bud.
next.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. After the workday, Rick Ballou goes to work.
Did you see him really working it there? That was something special.
With more Jags and the stories that are buzzing. Go into the night with Rick Ballou. Then it's Hacker After Dark. Evenings on 1010XL.
Jacksonville, Kia on Atlantic is open for business and the place to be this Friday. Taylor Dahl here from Helmets and Heels. Come see us broadcast from noon to 2 on Friday. Talking cars and incredible prizes. The first person to arrive in your own Kia during the live show wins a free set of tires. You can score club seats to a Jaguars game with a parking pass or tickets to see Live and Collected Soul at Daly's Place. And they're giving away 2 free oil changes and 2 alignments. Off Atlantic near Kernan, noon to 2 at the new Kia on Atlantic.
Prosser here. Get those boats ready for the Dailies Old School Kingfish Shootout presented by Yellowfin. It's Saturday, June 14th in St. Augustine. The entry fee, only $250 if you register by May 31st at oldschoolkingfish.com. The grand prize, a Yellowfin bay boat worth $125,000 and with limited boundaries, no bait buying, and no checkout. It is seriously old school. That's why it's the Old School Kingfish Shootout. A reason this is one of the most popular fishing tournaments. Go to oldschoolkingfish.com.
For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish. And he's listening to the Nimnicht Outdoor Show.
Tips and stories.
Presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning.
Every Saturday morning, 7 to 10.
On 1010XL.
Ladies and gentlemen, boaters and landlubbers, friends, four-legged and two, this is Lisa the Botanista with a huge announcement. Freedom Boat Club is opening a brand new 4th location. That's right, Freedom Boat Club St. Augustine Shipyard is now open. Now members can enjoy unlimited access at Julington Creek, Jacksonville Beach, St. Augustine Comanche Cove, and St. Augustine Shipyard. Freedom Boat Club members also enjoy reciprocal access to over 400 locations across the world. There's never been a better time to join. We are offering our biggest discount ever to celebrate our brand new location. We own and maintain an entire fleet of boats. Join the club, and as often as you like, you can do water sports, inshore fishing, offshore fishing, sandbar hopping, dining on the water, or just cruising around town. Visit us at the St. Augustine Shipyard or stop by any of our locations to see what the Boat-Cierge experience is all about. Visit us at freedomboatclub.com.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you. every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, Director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick. We're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, you only cost for the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org, and you can apply there.
Apply by November 6th.
Listen all day as 1010XL gives you news, notes, and analysis of organized team activities as they get ready for the upcoming season. Our coverage of OTAs is hoisted by Heroes Lawn Care and Hurricane Grill and Wings.
This is Mark Nato. My son Justin injured his hand playing baseball for JU. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist performed surgery just a few days later, and within 5 weeks, he was cleared to play in the ASUN baseball tournament. Our family has trusted Southeast Orthopedic Specialists for years. For any orthopedic injury, let Southeast Orthopedic Specialists take care of you too.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Living on Amelia Island, having fun in Bernardino Beach? No matter what brings you to the fun, cozy town, make sure you check out the tap room at Mocama Beer Company. With a full flight of craft creations, from the Cosmico IPA to the Motor, the perfect pilsners and lagers, matching memories and some Mocama magic is what it's all about. Mocama Beer Company in Bernardino Beach, near the big water where the sun is born. And look for more Mocama craft at your local Total Wine or ABC Liquors.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Indianapolis, Indiana. We got some big wigs from the big city in the building. Spike Lee is here. Ben Stiller is here. Chalamet is here! Let's send these sons of back to New York with their ears ringing! Let's turn this on!
Pat McAfee getting the crowd a little bit lubed before last night's Game 4 victory. Tyrese Halliburton, another big night. What a potential finals matchup of the guards, huh? With Halliburton and Shea Gilgeous. Halliburton's kind of the poor man's, he'd kind of like the poor man's MVP, wouldn't he? Where would the Pacers be without Tyrese Halliburton?
Definitely.
They wouldn't be in the finals. Not sure. There may be plenty of teams that you could say that about. But it seems inevitable. At this point, it seems inevitable that it's going to be Oklahoma City and Indianapolis, the Indiana Pacers, in the final. So we shall see. We got Daniel Murphy today, so there'll be baseball talk as we move around this morning. There's lots of talk down at Jag Camp where OTAs were back on the field yesterday, a chance to catch up with some of those involved. You know, the offense looks like it had a lot of work done on it, doesn't it? They rebuilt the offensive line. Again, I know we've got new starters penciled in, but, you know, all total, there's 8, you know, on that depth chart. Top, 10 or 11 are new. So there's been a lot of rebuilding on that offensive line. They moved up aggressively. Said they're putting Travis Hunter on the offensive side of the ball, where it was the defense last year. Drafted offense with a kind of a, I got to be honest, kind of a luxury pick. Unless you're getting an every down back, and Tootin seems more like a third down back, at least off the get-go, if he can hold on to the football. Fortunately, a guy who fumbled in college, had a very visible first fumble in his very first touch at camp, but that'll be old news once we get to pads and most certainly opponents on the other side. Look, one thing happened last year to this Jags defense that has been rectified, or at least it's been revisited, it feels like. And we made a lot of Josh Allen carry an extra weight last year, but we also learned that Trayvon Walker was also asked to play heavier. Walker got the sack numbers, but the other measurables around, valuing defensive edge rushers, he just didn't have the number of pressures and quarterback hits. It's why he didn't rank in the top 32 of those edge rusher rankings that we saw. And we learned yesterday that, he was toting around a little extra weight that he'd rather would have not of. Yet, then again, he's just going to stand by what last season was.
I'm not going to use it as an excuse, but, it definitely I felt like it played a little bit of toll on me close to the end of the season as we kind of got on, but it has its pros and its cons.
All right, so, look, he does say he feels like he's playing faster. It helps that you're just in shorts and T-shirts at this point. But nonetheless, Big Trayvon says he loves Liam Cohen. Talked about the Jags picking up a fifth-year option. Obviously, that's a no-brainer. He's got his sights set on another double-digit sack season. And he is also raving. Now, look, they always rave about energy. They talked last year about Ryan Nielsen's energy as the defensive coordinator. No success came with it. And apparently, he just beefed up our good players to make them worse than what they actually are. We'll see. Meanwhile, Dave Campanile takes over as DC this year.
My main thing is the energy. That's something that I feel like we was kind of missing a little bit last year, and I feel like it's going to play a big role with what the coaches are bringing in now. The first thing that stands out is his energy. It's not more so about, he's a great guy once you get to know him, but the first thing that sticks out is the energy. He's consistent with it every day, and that's all you can ask for a person to be the same person every day, regardless of if he's a high energy guy or if he's just a mellow guy. He's one of those high energy guys every day.
So that's Trayvon Walker on Anthony Campanile, part of the youth movement here, right? They have gone so young across the board. That's why it was Bring Your Kid to Work Day yesterday. Campanile's got a lot going on in his life. We'll talk more about that as we go through this summer. But his wife has faced some physical challenges, to say the least. And we'll again, we're not going to get into that at the current moment, but there's certainly a lot going on there. In fact, Anthony Campanile met the media yesterday. Ask his impressions now that he's had the guys on the field a few times.
Pretty good. Yeah, we're getting there. I think guys are working hard. So the culture of the team, of the unit, is heading in the direction we want it to go. So we're excited about that, but a lot of work to do yet.
Here's a big question, right? Travis Hunter, they've said, is starting on offense. Like I've told y'all before, I think this guy's going to be pretty much what looks like a full-time player on both sides. That's the value of Travis Hunter, especially right out of his career, right? Year 3 or 4, okay, we'll specialize. You can't take this beating. But right now, the energy that this young pup brings and the talent and the explosiveness, I think that if you think you're just going to see him here and there on defense, I think we're going to end up seeing him a lot more out there than that. That being said, ultimately, I guess it's up to Liam Cohen with the with the bigger conversation involving both sides of the ball. But here is Campanile on the prospects of Hunter on defense.
That's up to the head guy. But no, we have a plan for Travis, and excited to put that in place. And it's been going very well to this point. So we're excited to keep it moving throughout the course of the preseason and regular season.
Yeah, it feels like it feels like the defensive side of the ball is the one that takes the least amount of maybe like camp preparation. Right? I mean, you got to learn that playbook and the timing. You're working with you don't have any timing on defense. The timing is you stopping that guy from catching the ball from that guy over there, and that probably makes it, at least a little bit easier. There are a couple guys on this defense that are curious to me. All right. One is Jarian Jones, E.T. I mean, they've done a lot here to address. Are we misunderstanding their real quick insistence that Travis Hunter will be playing receiver because they, like, say, Pro Football Focus and others, feel Jarian Jones is an impact game-changing corner?
Yeah, they must have a different vision or just a different perception than what we do. Well, I don't get it.
Yeah, but, well, like I said, he made the Pro Football Focus's redraft. He became a first-rounder. Pro Football Focus's all-rookie team. He was on it. Jarian Jones himself said immediately he talked with the staff about playing both inside and outside. So are we going to see him, out on the edge? I guess we do to begin. One thing, though, is that confidence that we heard from Jones. And this can happen a lot, man. When guys are rookies, it's hard. They're quieter. They're confused. They're just constantly digesting. Well, going into year 2 and have that under your belt, you that's why you see so much of a jump so often, from players going from year 1 to year 2. So, defensive coordinator Anthony Campanile, give us the lowdown on Jarian Jones, what you've seen again in limited shorts and T-shirt workouts.
I think he's done a great job the whole camp. He's really, really diligent in the meetings, super detailed in all the drill work, and I think it's showing up here in practice, in 7-on-7 and in the team situations. But I've been really fired up about him because he's a really bright guy and he's a competitor. He's definitely got the ability to play man-to-man and play sticky, but he's got good ball skills and he's got a ton in his body in terms of physically. He can stop, start. He's just a really good cover guy, and he's got a really, really big skill set, wide-ranging skill set as a DB.
All right, so I would tend on the higher side of Jarian Jones. I'll take the big plays that I saw, and I'll write off some of the mistakes. It's just a rookie confusion. And the ball skill is there, and it's the rapid development of guys like that who suddenly year 2 are in Pro Bowl conversation, right? That's what you need to really turn the corner as a football team. We saw it last year with Brian Thomas Jr. into year 2, became a good player. That you see some things you like, has a lot of potential to bona fide one of the best in the league. We need that at other positions, right? And maybe maybe we can put together a talent base that can get us there. All right, the other guy I'm going to talk about as to just what, again, this name, E.T. came up. I brought this guy up a couple of weeks ago. Where are we on this guy? Man, we sure are getting mixed messages. That's for sure. You guys ready for this Daily's Double Take brought to you by The Dash? Swing you there this morning, man. What you waiting on? Get some of that fresh ground coffee. Get that chicken biscuit, bro. E, what about the chicken biscuit?
Your boy love chicken.
If you stop at a Dash, and it's got the chicken biscuit, go ahead and get 2. Because if you get 1, you're going to leave and say, man, I wish I'd have got another one.
Return.
That good. The whole breakfast fare. You just swing into the Dash, you get it quick, order up, made just how you want it. All right. Here's my double take this morning, E. We went through the edge rusher rankings the other day. Now, if I ask you, if PFF ranked the top 32 edge rushers in the NFL, and PFF also ranked the top 32 linebackers in the NFL, which of those two groups here in Jacksonville would be most likely to have 2 players show up on the rankings?
Oh, for sure, the edge rusher.
Right. You got Trayvon Walker, back-to-back double-digit years. You got Josh Allen, who is considered by most of the top 10 defensive end. So, yeah, I would. Now, Trayvon, as we detailed yesterday, didn't crack that list of the top 32. So I don't even know where he would rank. Well, guess what PFF released yesterday, E.T.?
Educate me.
PFF linebacker rankings. The top 32 linebackers going into the 2025 NFL season. Buddy, y'all buckle up out there. You're a 6 o'clocker and you got your crew together. If you're pulling a trailer, don't hit the brakes too quick. Y'all ready? Here they are. Tier 1 is a standalone group. There's only one player in Tier 1, only one linebacker better than all the rest. He is Fred Warner of the Niners. No problem with that. Then they go into, man, this dude's stats and what he's done. It's just, he's about the best pass defender and run defender at linebacker. He's just
there's always one of those elite linebackers.
And he's that guy.
Yeah.
Then you got Tier 2. Zach Bond, who I don't know if I trust him to stay there. He went to the to the Eagles last year and became an All-Pro. He
Yeah.
was just kind of a role player for Green Bay before that.
Correct.
Then you got Bobby Wagner, still playing at elite level. The third-ranked linebacker in the NFL now with the Washington Commanders.
Yeah, he's still playing elite.
Number 4, one of them dogs, Roquan Smith of the Baltimore Ravens. Number 5, Dre Greenlaw, terrific for the Niners for a lot of years. I believe he signed with the Broncos. There's your top 5. Then you get to tier 3. Number 6, Bobby Okereke of the Giants. Don't know all that much about him. And the number 7 linebacker in the NFL, according to Pro Football Focus. Yeah, I'll take 2 of those chicken biscuits. Devin Lloyd, Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
This is what they write. Although the Jaguars opted to not pick up Lloyd's 5th-year option this offseason, he has showcased a solid all-around game highlighted by his innate ability to fit the run. Lloyd has finished in the top 7 in PFF running defense grades among qualifying linebackers in each of the last 2 years, a combined grade of 91, good for 93rd percentile. That pairs well with his abilities as a tackler, his 88 grade leading the NFL this past season. Did you hear what I said? After going through the film and watching every offensive play last year and every play made by a linebacker, Devin Lloyd had the highest tackle percentage in the NFL? We have a dominant run defender who is the best tackler in the NFL, and the 5th-year option, will pass? Who's misevaluating Devin Lloyd? Us, them, the Jags? Man, when I brought this up as a polarizing topic, little did I know. Well, by the way, we'll keep track, I guess, as they do other positions. Brian Thomas Jr. will probably be ranked higher than 7. But so far among the position groups, that's our best. That's crazy. Right after him, Edgerrin Cooper of the Packers. Number 10, TJ Edwards of the Bears. Number 11, Quincy Williams. We used to have him of the Jets. They need to get into tier 4, and it's got some good players in it, including at number 19, Foye Oluokun, Jacksonville Jaguars. Since arriving in Jacksonville in 2022, Oluokun has been the most consistent and well-rounded linebacker in the NFL. 2024 was his lowest graded season over that span, but he wasn't far removed from his best play in 2023 when he posted 70-plus PFF grades in all 3 major defensive facets. According to Pro Football Focus, we have the 7th and 19th best linebackers in the NFL, a position that we here, the experts, had pointed to as perhaps the weakest among the defensive unit at this point. You're listening to The Drill. Hear from Liam Cohen and tee up a football fix when we return on a Beach Rose Plumbing Wednesday. We have Get Smart John now, just about a half hour out. Baseball talk with Murphy Power Hour today and more. Thanks for being up and at 'em with us on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The Braves and Phillies today at Citizens Bank Park. Zach Wheeler on the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies. He's 6-1 with a 2.42 ERA. Phillies at $1.70 favorite. A.J. Smith-Shawver for the Braves, plus 142, 800 the total. Drew Rasmussen on the mound for the Tampa Bay Rays today against Pablo Lopez of the Twins at Steinbrenner Field. Both teams minus 110 of the money line, 8 flat the total. The Florida Gators take on East Carolina in their first game of the NCAA baseball tournament in Conway, South Carolina Friday. Gators are the $3.45 favorite. Florida State opens at Bethune-Cookman in Tallahassee. Seminoles minus 810. $250 bonus and you open up a G-Bank Visa signature card. Visa.com/G-Bank. With your action update, Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
Oh, no. No.
You okay in there?
Toilet's backed up. It won't flush.
Okay, I'll call the pros.
The tank isn't filling. The handle does nothing. Run for your life.
Don't be so dramatic. Duck Duck Rooter will fix it.
For any plumbing issue, call Duck Duck Rooter, your local plumbing professionals, and proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. DuckDuckRooter.com.
When you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Hey, Hick, and here, so much of what makes us a family takes place in our homes. That's where Zero Res comes in. I love Zero Res, and this month get Zero Res applied from Jacksonville's #1 carpet and air duct cleaner with May Mayhem. A 3-room special starting at $149, plus the 4th room is free. You owe it to yourself and your family to breathe healthy, happy, and clean. Call Zero Res 28757 or go online at ZeroResJacksonville.com and say you want the Hick and Special. Zero Res, spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number Everything Smart Bed sale. Every smart bed and base are on sale during our Memorial Day event. Up to 50% off, plus free home delivery. Limited time. Exclusively to Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Don't miss the Bari Breakdown with Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime, Wednesdays around 3:20 for the latest in sports injuries. From all the big names in the game, who's MIA, who's coming back from injury. Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime, Wednesdays at 3:20.
Join us at Miller Electric May 29th from 4 to 7 p.m. We're on the lookout for talented people, from entry level to experienced electricians and foremen, security system installation and service technicians, fire alarm system service technicians, and both senior and junior VDV technicians. This is your chance to get hired on the spot. Meet the managers, indulge in delicious food, and snag some awesome giveaways. Don't miss out on this electrifying chance to power up your career. Miller Electric, May 29th, 4 to 7 p.m., 6805 South Point Parkway.
Grow your hair back. IHRS offers the latest technology in hair transplants and restorative treatments.
Fast, easy, and effective.
With over 35 years experience, our team is committed to delivering exceptional results. Hair restoration is for us, and it can be for you too.
See how IHRS technology can grow your hair back. Go to hairforme.com or call 904-777-IHRS, 777-4477 for $250 off.
At Hurricane Grill and Wings, every day feels like the weekend. Fresh, never frozen chicken wings, tossed in over 30 bold flavors, paired with ice-cold beer and handcrafted cocktails, all in a laid-back, beachy atmosphere. And with every game on the big screens, it's the ultimate escape, and you're home for sports, too. Great food, cold drinks, and all the games. That's Hurricane Grill and Wings. Escape the ordinary and find your spot at hurricanewings.com.
Prosser here. Spring has sprung, and it's a great time to sell your house, but only if you have the very best on your side, and those very best are Chad and Sandy Newman. Spring selling season's here. Rates are down. Activity's up. It's the best time in years to sell your home, in fact, but there are homes sitting on the market. They don't have the right representation. That's where Chad and Sandy step in. Maybe you're worried your home needs repairs or updating and it won't sell for a good price. Maybe your family's growing and you need more space. Whatever the reason that you need to sell your home, Chad and Sandy deliver this promise to you. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Sounds pretty hassle-free to me. Take it from Mike and Rosemary in St. Augustine. We were determined to buy an affordable home in a specific school zone, but we didn't qualify for the loan needed to get one. Chad and Sandy's team worked with the lender, negotiated a higher qualification price, lower interest. It was huge, $200 less per month. Do it today. Call 414-6200 or go to chadandsandy.com.
Where does Northeast Florida buy cars? Arlington Toyota. Why Arlington? Selection. Arlington has over 800 new and used vehicles all in one location with everyday low prices. Plus, right now you choose a pre-owned 2023 Camry, RAV4, Tacoma for $0 down and only $388 per month. Or how about no payments till January 2026? Shop in person on Atlantic Boulevard, just a quarter-mile east of 295, or online anytime at arlingtontoyota.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
That's pretty cool to hear. I hadn't heard that. That's pretty cool. It's in alignment with who he is. You know, that's who he is kind of out here. I'm sure he probably goes up to some coaches and people on the field that he may not even have had many interactions with and gives them a fist bump or a high five, and that's kind of just who he is. It's pretty cool to hear that story.
It's Liam Cohen. He's talking about that video from over the weekend where Travis Hunter, fresh off his nuptials, did a little pop in on a young high school player who's just working out by himself in his backyard. Just another cool moment. Again, it's that intangibly rich ecosystem that Travis Hunter bought property in. Tangibly rich soil there in the backyard, that's for sure. Listen, the question with Travis Hunter, just how much defense will he play? Look, he was in there last Wednesday, but yesterday, a day where it was probably more evident, more to see. He was asked yesterday on that day of playing defense that he's seen to this point.
That was good. He's still learning. He's been learning a ton defensively and offensively, as we know. But that was more so fundamentals, techniques. It wasn't a ton of 11 on 11, 7 on. It was more fundamentals, techniques, communication. That was what that kind of last Wednesday was. And he's been learning with those guys and meet with them extra as he's needed to.
All right. So there you go on Travis Hunter and, just how much defense ultimately we'll see. It remains to be seen. We're going to see a bunch of them on both sides of the ball. We're going to see like every play that you would normally see the starting receiver on offense, and I would say a bunch of them on defense as well. And the reason that we can say this is we've done this dynamic, right? When they sign him, okay, he's going to be on offense, and they'll have a package on defense. So a package would say if the package was 50%. You look at starters at receiver and corner, they play 80% of the snaps. They don't play 100%, as it is already. Now, granted, when they're taking those 20 off, it's for extra rest, something that Hunter would not be getting if those were being devoted to the other side of the ball. But there's been nothing from a physical standpoint yet in his football career that says he doesn't have the energy and the physicality to do that. So we shall see. All right, we got our off-season storyline. Last year was about gaining the weight, and this year it's about losing it back. Josh Allen was the poster child a year ago for the gained weight. Right, we could see it right from the get-go. He just looked chunkier and bigger, and I don't think it was a net positive for Josh Allen and ultimately for his best chance at success. Well, now we're learning that it wasn't just him, but there was a concentrated effort across the board with new defensive coordinator Ryan Nielsen to beef up, so to speak. You heard Trayvon Walker talking about being asked to and carrying extra weight last year. He's glad to be rid of. Liam Cohen asked yesterday as they evaluated what they had if the defenders looked heavy on film from a year ago.
I know that they had put some weight on, in order to play some of the schemes that, structures that they were playing, and that's just, anybody's prerogative, right? That's the way they wanted to do it, and ultimately just kind of evaluating it and talking to some of the players and just trying to get them back down a little bit to maybe where they had been when maybe they had better years or been a little bit more productive, and definitely better for those guys to feel fresh.
Yeah. So again, there's always a storyline, right? Like somebody. It usually involves weight. It usually involves some position group and something they're being asked to do that they haven't done in the past. I mean, look, this is as simple as look at where players were, what they were doing at their weights in 2023, and compare it to what at times looked like sluggishness a year ago. You know what? There's gosh, I'm having my computer is doggone it, it's locking up on me. There's one other thing from Liam Cohen that I wanted him to speak to, because it's a question that comes up, and it's and to a degree it's a rightful question, and that is the difference between being an offensive coordinator where he was very successful last year for Tampa. The numbers are there. And that was with, suffering injuries, lost a number one receiver, lost another receiver for parts of the year, had to rely on a rookie running back to a degree, rebuilt the offensive line. Baker Mayfield had a career year. There are a lot of feathers in his offensive coordinator's cap. When it comes to being a head coach, what are the differences? ET cut 8, Liam Cohen on what he's acclimating to so far.
You got to spend your time in a lot of more places, right? Where you're typically, as a coordinator, you're so locked into what is in front of you and the script and making sure that you have the right plays in the right order and the right people in the right spots. Now it's a little bit more trying to go and make sure that you get eyes on each position group, connect with the guys out in the grass, make sure that they're, upholding the standard and the way we're trying to practice and do things. So it's a little bit more broad, I guess, scope, while still being able to go in and call it. And I thought the coaches have done a great job in terms of the organization of practice so far. Of the 4 practices we've had, the structure of the organization, guys going from drill to drill, I feel like it's been pretty sharp. So kudos to the staff.
Here ultimately is your goal, right? You got to get to the point midway through training camp where you trust the special teams and defensive guys, and sure, you peek your head in, but what we need from Liam Cohen, we desperately need that game day acumen. We need that. And I think he knows that. I'm sure he knows that. Sean McVay always kept that. You've got to have that. You've got to keep that edge. That is what was most attractive about the most attractive thing about Liam, at least from the fans and media standpoint. The most attractive thing about Liam Cohen was his season last year in Tampa. By far the biggest, shining point on his resume is that season they put together offensively a year ago. All right, E, fire at the band. We got a football fix. Let me just quick news and notes. Sharks are on the road. They got a short week. They play tomorrow night, but they'll be back home next week. The fix brought to you by the Sharks. Go to sharks.com, jacksharks.com. And the home course, the Jordan Creek Golf Club. Man, get out there, tee it high, let it fly, and enjoy the best value in golf. Get you an afternoon tee time over there for $40. Of course, they continue to make it more and more playable, and good enough for me, baby. That's for sure. I'll see you on the course, the home course, the Jordan Creek Golf Club. All right, as for the Steelers quarterback situation that we said earlier, harsh words from Terry Bradshaw causing a joke they're even interested. One name that also is still out there on the periphery that the trigger could be pulled for pretty quick would be Kirk Cousins. Again, they just keep, just plugging the dam with the thumb and then use your big toe, and it's just these are temporary fixes until they can find their young dynamic quarterback that that the Bengals found in Joe Burrow, that the Ravens found in Lamar Jackson, that if you go across the contending teams from Jalen Hurts to Josh Allen to Mahomes down the board, that's where they came from. None of them were 36-year-old veterans that you signed off of at times long success other places. So there's that. All right, James Cook not at Bills OTAs. They're going to be in a little bit of a stalemate there. Meanwhile, a free agent or offseason acquisition Joey Bosa has been sidelined in Buffalo with a calf injury. As for Cousins, he is missing from the Falcons OTAs, so I think now's the time you shut him down, try and come up with some sort of deal. The Falcons would desperately like to trade him, but it feels like reading all the surroundings that the contract terms make that just about impossible. The Broncos are going to posthumously put Demaryius Thomas into their ring of fame. Thomas's biggest play in his career came on that slant route from Tim Tebow in the playoff game where he took it, 80-some yards for what ended up being a game-winning touchdown overtime when they beat the Steelers that day. That's Football Fix. You're welcome. Hick and Arrival more coming your way next. It's a Beach Rose Plumbing Wednesday. We got Get Smart John. He's on the docket. Talk baseball with the Murphy Power Hour. I'll take a pass. You're listening to The Drill on 92.5 FM.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Every game is a story.
And the game is tied!
Every play is a moment waiting to happen.
We're going to overtime!
Your home for the most play-by-play is 1010XL.
Just when you thought we couldn't bring you more, Kia on Atlantic is here with a brand new store. We have the
the same great team to treat you well. With new savings during our grand opening sale. Kia on Atlantic is here with the new store. Shop our best offers and largest selection yet. Save big during our grand opening sale. Is there something for everyone on our lot? You bet. If you're ready to experience something new, the all-new Kia on Atlantic is ready for you. Your perfect ride is a visit away. Online at KiaOnAtlantic.com. Kia on Atlantic, your coastal Kia connection.
Swing into the hottest party of the summer. Join First Tee North Florida at the Yards on June 12th for the Summer Soiree Baja Beach Bash. We're bringing the vibrant spirit of Cabo San Lucas to the First Coast for an evening of family-friendly fun. Enjoy live music, craft cocktails, golf games, raffle prizes, and delicious Mexican-inspired cuisine from Taco Lu. Golf, fiesta, and philanthropy, all to support the impactful programs of the First Tee. Visit firstteenorthflorida.org/summer soiree to secure your tickets today.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Jason, I don't see how a new air conditioner is going to work out for me.
Well, you like air conditioning, right?
Oh, yeah, totally. But a new air conditioner could be expensive.
Well, not if you...
I mean, to save up the money, I probably have to give up my extra hot skim latte every morning. Now I fall asleep during a staff meeting, get volunteered for the summer picnic committee, and end up sitting in the dunk tank all afternoon getting water up my nose.
Okay, look at it this way. Put on these sunglasses. Whoa. Bueller Air and Plumbing puts in a new AC. We hook you up with affordable financing, and you stay cool and comfortable for just $149 a month. Cool?
Cool. I see it now.
Life can be hard on your budget. If you suffer through the heat because of a broken AC you could totally afford to replace, you could visit.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Get more Gators on the Gator Bites podcast presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists with new episodes every Friday. Subscribe and listen by searching for 1010XL's Gator Bites podcast wherever you find podcasts and at 1010XL.com.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. You've heard us talk about it. Window World, the #1 window replacement company in the USA, selling over 1 million windows each year for the past 8 years.
That's a lot of satisfied customers and why J.D. Powers has awarded Window World Best in Customer Satisfaction 3 out of 4 years.
Window World stands behind their slogan, simply the best for less. With Window World, you get top quality windows at a price that leaves more of your money in your bank account, and you get the absolute best guarantee there is in the window replacement industry. When compared to our competition, there is none. See for yourself. Call the competition. Get quotes from them. But before you buy, get Window World's free estimate and compare the quality of the windows and the price.
You'll see.
And when your new Window World windows are installed and they're saving you money on your energy bills, if anything goes wrong with those windows, Window World and I will be there to make it right. That's my guarantee.
Call Window World today. Start saving money on your new windows and your energy bills and take vacation with your savings. Window World, online at windowworldneflorida.com.
Window World, simply the best for less. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors and siding.
Hi, folks. It's Frank Frangie. Look, when it comes to glass needs around the home, there's one name I trust, Lee and Kate's Glass. Those beautiful custom glass shower enclosures, maybe a new mirror, a glass tabletop. They can even replace your foggy or cracked glass without having to replace the whole window. Lee and Kate's is local. They're family-owned. They've been a part of our community since 1926. Boy, they've taken care of me, including our brand-new offices at Walk-Off Charities. They did a great job. I promise they'll do the same for you. Visit LeeandKatesGlass.com.
Life is just so busy this time of year. Between work, the kids' games, family vacations, I need a yard hero to free up my weekends.
You mean somebody who does mowing and trimming?
Yeah.
How about mosquito control?
Yeah.
What about irrigation and pet waste removal?
You do that too? You're my lawn hero.
Find your lawn hero at heroeslawncare.com. Heroes Lawn Care, because every lawn needs a hero.
Denny Thompson here. You gotta check out Tyson's Showroom Home Theater with surround sound and comfy theater chairs. You can transform your living room into a cinematic experience. I can stay there to watch all my games. It's that comfortable. Call Tyson today and bring the theater experience home. Tyson Sound and Security, your security, home theater, and home automation experts. New showroom at 3555 U.S. Highway 17 in Fleming, Iowa.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. Did you know that mosquito bites could lead to heartworm for your dog or cat? When mosquitoes show up, pet parents want them gone. Terminix takes mosquitoes down fast, just like they did at my house for our pup. Terminix knows that pets are part of the family. They do what it takes to help protect them. When mosquitoes show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a mosquito problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com.
Hey, Hick in here, or just call me Dreamfinders Danny. For a limited time to ring in the new year, Dreamfinders Homes is offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down that rate and get in the game. You heard me right. It's 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Awaken 180. The Jaguars wrapped up their 4th OTA practice of the offseason yesterday with the 90-man roster hitting the field hoping to find their way to the final 53. Jags head coach Liam Cohen is impressed with where his team is at coming out of day 4 and says they have already shown good improvement.
I thought, better than probably expected that way in terms of bodies on the ground and just practicing cleaner. It was much cleaner than day 1, let's just say, right? When you're just trying to come in and get it going again after a few days off. I thought it was definitely cleaner. Was it perfect? No, but I thought it was definitely better than the previous Monday, if you will.
Liam Cohen at OTAs. It's 75 degrees at 7:01. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
10XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
Indianapolis, Indiana. We got some big wigs from the big city in the building. Spike Lee is here.
Spike.
Ben Stiller is here.
Something about Mary. All the big names.
Timothy Chalamet.
Or Chalamet. One of the two.
Dan Hicken is here.
Yeah, right down there, courtside.
Let's send these sons of back to New York with their ears. Bring it. Let's turn this.
You don't need that. I got to deal with this.
Why would you do that?
He gets all creative, and I got to deal with it. You see? He said this was my idea.
Why would you do something like that? Thought we were friends. Obviously, we're not.
He was impressed that you got name dropped. I think it was all about the name drop.
Right next to Chalamet.
I don't know, right.
Pat McAfee is a drug-infested, pock-faced, ugly, smelly,
man,
human being.
Tank top wearing.
He, along with the guy who stabbed the 2 New York fans.
That happened yesterday?
Yeah.
That's not funny. I didn't mean to laugh at that. That happened?
I'd like to...
That's a New York thing.
Yeah. Some Hick from French Lick.
Hicks versus Knicks.
Pulled out a knife and stabbed 2 New York fans.
Oh, man.
Who does
nice
that?
job.
Who stabs people?
Man.
That's Indiana for you. That's that state.
There you go.
They can all GTH.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
And obviously the refs are from there too. As again, I watch. I don't know if you guys don't see it, but I sure do.
Well, that's fair.
I mean, I got OG going to the hole, and I got a guy coming up behind him and whacking him upside the head, and there's nothing called.
Mm-hmm.
It's unbelievable. The
basketball gets you more than any other sport on those two. Like football, there's only one. Like you watch a basketball game, there'll be 10.
I got Mr. Eden Kettle tell you shot a ton of free throws. Yeah, because you foul every single possession. Every single one. You foul. Now, I say this, they're better. They've been better.
I hear you.
They
just adds to the frustration.
Oh, terrible.
Right. So the Braves have never lost a series because of the umpiring, but it hadn't helped. And it makes you angry. Like in playoffs and stuff. That's what I mean. These Braves, they're not worth watching. These impotent little so-and-sos. The Afraids are back.
Hadn't been shut out since the first.
The Afraids are back. Yeah, you know what? We're getting juice from Strider and Acuna. I can squeeze as much juice out of this keychain as I'm squeezing out of those two. So there you go. Yeah,
I think the biggest concern with those guys, really, honestly, is when you start looking at the National League, there's X amount of playoff spots. There's what, 6?
Yeah.
And there's pretty clear-cut 5 that look like they're going to get in.
And that's a fair short-term view. But if you're a Braves fan, there is a bigger concern here, and that is that your young stars are exploding out too quick. We're supposed to be in the prime of Riley and Albies and all these guys. I can't have everyone hitting 220. It's not good enough. It's not okay. It's not okay for Michael Harris to be hitting 223. It's not okay for Ozzie Albies to hit 220. It's not okay. I don't know what to tell you. The reason the Braves stink right now is because guys are playing 40% below their career capabilities. And the pitching has been more than good enough for this team to be 10 games over 500. It's on those wimpy little wiffle ball playing hitters that we send to the plate. Anyway, I'm done. I'm checking out again, and I mean it when I say it. I'll see you in a week. I'm not watching these idiots. Hate them.
Okay.
Sports hate. It's real.
Oh, yeah. Sports hate is real.
Well, more juice out of this remote here. Squeeze it real hard.
I feel like the Knicks are playing hard.
The Pacers are just better.
I feel like they're leaving everything on the floor. Indiana makes more shots than we do. We can't give up 46 points or 43 or 46 in the first quarter last night and expect to win. You can't do that.
I don't watch every second of every game, but it just seems to me that their role players are a lot more consistent. They may not get these high-end performances, but it seems like Bridges and Anunoby, every time I turn around, they're missing a shot. It's watching the game. And maybe they have 15 and 10. I don't know.
Anunoby was really good last night. Bridges
has just gone AWOL.
Awful.
Yeah. And he's not afraid to keep shooting when he's awful, and those are dangerous players.
And I'll say
what did you trade for him? It's time to reevaluate that trade?
Yes, 5 number ones.
5 number ones?
Yeah. Wow. I've never seen listen, I've watched a lot of basketball.
Dr. Hoops.
But I've never seen anyone miss so many mid-range jump shots than Mikal Bridges. And then last night he ripped a couple threes in the fourth quarter, and we kind of got it down to 6, 7.
I saw that. And they pulled it back away.
And then he missed 3 in a row.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to streak for us. He is streaky at times.
You almost got to get 40 from Brunson and 30 from Towns to win games the way those guys are playing, the way they're playing right now.
Yeah, the other guys just...
there are other guys that you were seeing stuff earlier.
I'll tell you who was really bad last night.
You haven't got anything from
Josh Hart.
Yeah, Josh Hart's had a bad series.
Josh Hart
he hadn't scored all series.
Had 5 turnovers.
Yeah,
he kept...
That's been the whole series.
He's seeing things that aren't there.
Seeing ghosts, him and Darnold.
I could see him throwing balls inside to cutters who are just cutting for cut's sake.
Yeah.
There's no reason to try. He's not open, Josh.
Yeah. I saw Towns try one of those to Brunson. He's just cutting to get through the lane. Don't throw him that ball.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I hear you.
Frustrating for sure. And now 3-1. We're basically done. All we can do is go back to the Garden.
Yeah, just try and
fight like heck.
Put pressure on him.
Try to get a win.
Yes.
And send it back to Indy.
Go
out swinging,
like Wolves Thunder's done. I would bet my house that one's done, barring any kind of injury.
Right.
I think the Pacers are better. I think the series is done. I think they're probably going to win at 6.
They're too evenly matched, and blowing that first game is going to haunt us.
Yeah, 100%. We said it then.
Yeah, you said it. You saw it. That's why it was so devastating, blowing that first game. Because if you had won that, it's 2-2 and everything's fine, right?
Yeah.
But it's not. It's 3-1, and you're. Halliburton was great last night. I should say that too. He didn't turn it over one time, and he had a triple-double, basically in the first half. So it's just you get close and you really want to get through, and you're just not going to do it.
Did you? Yeah, He's still alive. It's not 3-0. 3-0's death sentence. 3-1 in a series, like you said, where each team. I will say this. This is one thing that I thought about both series down 3-1. And again, I don't give the T-Wolves much of a shot at this point, but it's in a year in the NBA where no lead in a game has been safe. It would make sense that it would be a year that there have been 15 playoff games that look like they were over.
Mm-hmm.
It would make sense that a series that looks like it was over wasn't. And we haven't had one of those.
Right.
We haven't had a series where the team was left for dead and they stormed back and they won the series. Every single time, the upsets that have happened because the underdog jumped them early and won the series, 4-2, 4-1. It wasn't like, they faced elimination themselves. So that little bit of, 2025 in NBA karma would be screaming for a series comeback to match some of these in-game comebacks that we've seen.
I want to show you this, and then I want to get into a shocking thing you said this morning about Devin Lloyd, which is rocked my world.
Well, and we brought this up a couple weeks ago, just how polarizing he is. It seems like nobody can really tell me exactly what Devin Lloyd is.
I consider you a probably not avid, but a enthusiastic angler. Is that fair? You like to go
fisherman?
fish?
Yeah, I love to fish.
Yeah.
I don't fish as much as I like, as I wish I did.
So that's why you're not avid.
I would do it if I lived on the beach, I would fish every day.
Yeah, you're enthusiastic.
Correct.
Angler.
That's fair.
And you can talk the game with Captain Kevin Favor. When I fill in on a Friday with the fishing report, I try to throw a few things out there with the captain, but I don't know squat about
I got
fishing. So I'm curious about this method that I see here on video, and I want to get your opinion. I want you to take the
fishing method?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got my girl right here.
This is good. I like bring some fish into the
fishing
into the
She's
morning.
got. Let me explain what she does. She has a chain, and she's throwing it literally a foot into the water.
Right.
While the guy next to her has got a pole and he's fishing. She's got about a chain.
Okay.
And she just snags this thing.
Okay. That's a big old thing. Yeah.
How does that work?
Well, I'm guessing she has a.
You saw what she had on it.
There's it's serving as a rudimentary lure.
Yeah.
And so that big fish, she's probably jiggling that a little bit. She's not really doing much.
Yeah, yeah.
She's doing that, and that big fish thinks that's a dead something on the bottom.
Yeah.
Fishing. It looks like a grouper, but I don't know where they're fishing.
That's a monster fish. Yeah. Meanwhile, these two guys next to her,
Yeah, you see that kind of stuff on YouTube. That's child's play.
Yeah, that's pretty good though.
There's a guy. There's one dude, bro.
Yeah.
He holds something up over the water, and the fish come up, and this joker will grab him with his hand. 5-pound bass. It's crazy. But anyway, I think that's what. When she did that little move there, that was like something dead on the bottom moving, and the big boy went after it. But yeah, it's got to be By the way, those dudes fishing next to her, they can't catch that fish. They're on cane poles. They're trying for something different. If that fish got on their pole, it'd break in half.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
All right. So Devin Lloyd, you're telling me is the 7th best linebacker in football.
PFF is telling you
according
that.
to PFF.
Yeah, PFF is telling you that.
Do you think that's true?
No, I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm going to tell you why this is great news.
The only way he's not saying is all those other linebackers. I don't know. I know their names. I don't know.
I'm going to tell you why this is great news.
Okay.
This is great news because this goes along the lines that, my God, the coaching must have been bad last year, and there's hope. Now,
Jarian Jones is another one who people say is better than what we saw from the coaching staff.
Because what can't be denied, what we did see with our own eyes and in a results-oriented business was a terrifically bad defense. I mean, the stats told us, the numbers told us, we watched the games, the defense was horrid.
They could never get a stop that mattered.
So even when we start talking about our players, we should have doubts. But this bit of news where these guys are popping up, Josh Allen's this ranked, and Foye was this ranked, and Devin Lloyd is this ranked. It has to be. And now we find out they were fat last year. And
yeah, it's funny how we always get a narrative that just pops up, and that is they were too heavy.
I mean, this is tremendous news if you're a Jag fan because maybe it wasn't all the players, which, look, a lot of us suspected. But, again, we watched the Buffalo Bills score 47 points. We watched Detroit. We couldn't stop them if we dreamed about it. They hung 52.
We could have literally played 13 defenders, and they would have scored 30.
Green Bay scored 30. The Eagles scored 28. Decrepit Aaron Rodgers came down here and put 32 on the board towards season's end. I mean, we were just terrible. Chicago scored 35 on us, Jeffrey.
So bottom line, we got to hope that this is right, and the parts are better than the sum.
Yeah,
and they just didn't put the parts together right. And I can't. I do know the thing with Lloyd is there's a big disconnect
Well, I think we knew
between us and the country. They PFF and other, he's referred to and looked at differently than we look at him.
I think with Devin Lloyd, we knew he was good against the run.
Yeah,
we've always
and he has been.
him.
He's continued to be that.
We've always questioned him against the pass.
Yeah, and you know what? You know what a good coaching staff does? Doesn't put him in a position to defend the pass.
Correct. Who's
Let him
better?
be your run guy.
Yeah, do we have anyone who's better?
That's right.
So anyway, it'll be interesting to see that part develop through this offseason and into the preseason, and when the bell rings.
All right, so
and off we go.
Before we do Get Smart, John, did you see the one announcement from the golf world yesterday?
Yeah.
This is why I chuckled.
Yeah.
I chuckled because of this. We complained about either the confusion or it takes away the drama of you start the tour championship with, the leader has a 4-shot lead over the number 2 or 3, and then it goes all the way down from 1 to 30. Well, they finally scrapped that yesterday, and they thought about a bunch of different ways to do it, but instead they're going to start the tour championship just even. And so, because it's what we do, that doesn't seem right either.
Well, does it mean the winner of that is
yes,
the FedEx champ?
The winner is the FedEx champ.
One event.
That's correct. So you play all year to get to 30, and you give number 27 the same option as Scotty Scheffler?
Rory and Scotty right now should be clear of the field.
Yeah,
to a point.
That's correct. So maybe is there an in between here where there should be some
I'm sure they discussed it.
Ben Griffin shouldn't go into the tour championship with a chance to bottle lightning for 3 days and prove that he's better than
because that's what happened.
Because that's what happened at Colonial.
Yeah, and it'll happen.
And it could.
It will.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Real quick, in honor of our Mission Impossible, again, our Dreamfinders Homes poll question, favorite Tom Cruise movie. Now, yesterday we went through them at the end of the show, and my gosh, there are way too many. So I put 4 out there that I thought were
okay, and there's a lot here,
and obviously immediately they all this one. I get it. It's impossible. You said there were 45 movies that he's been a part of, so I did it like this. And this is brought to you by our friends at Dreamfinders Homes, official home builder of the Jaguars, PGA Tour, and the Gators. Not Hollywood, nothing to do with Hollywood, but today the question is around Hollywood. You can get an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate right now at Dreamfinders Homes. Just by going to dreamfindershomes.com and let them help you navigate your home purchase. There are 15 different locations throughout the city.
15?
Yes, thank you, E. Even though we're shaky, I appreciate that. These are your 4. Any Mission Impossible movie is lumped into one.
They're good.
Group, right?
They're really good.
Any Mission Impossible. And there's 8 of them, is that correct?
There's a bunch. I don't know. I've seen them, but I don't know which ones. So I don't know which ones to go watch.
Either Top Gun is also a category.
That's fair.
Because they were both
very
good.
But the first one felt more Tom Cruise than the second one.
Yeah, but I thought they were both very good. And then the other 2 I put were Risky Business, which I felt like had to be there, and Jerry Maguire.
Yeah.
And I left out, obviously, a ton of them. But those are the 4. Which would you pick of those 4 choices?
I mean, you left out the All the Right Moves.
Oh, sure.
That's a great.
That's one of my
favorites.
Said, yeah.
I thought he was great in Tropic Thunder. He was a goof in that. But
and a lot of people liked that.
They did. Yeah, it was funny. I liked him in that. I tell you what, too, those movies where he rides around with either Cameron Diaz or somebody on the back of his motorbike, Vanilla Sky, Night and Day, those are good, too. They're all good.
Yep.
All right, of those 4, give them to me again real quick, and I'll give you an
answer. Mission Impossible movie, Top Gun, either Risky Business or Jerry Maguire. Which one's your favorite?
I'm going to go Mission Impossible.
Okay, E? I know this is hard for you.
He hasn't seen any of them. He saw Jerry Maguire. That's the only one he saw.
That's fine. That'd be Jerry Maguire. We have almost 300 votes. Top Gun Runaway.
Yeah, I get it.
65.8%.
Yeah, you got double barrel there. I like the Mission Impossible. Here's how I answer the question. If I was scrolling through my TV right now and I had those 4, boom, 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 on the 4 movie channels, I would choose Mission Impossible. I like the Reacher movies. They don't rank very well. But
Jerry
like
Maguire
those.
is second.
Okay.
Any Mission Impossible movies third. Risky Business is fourth. And then
that's because it's so old. If it were newer, y'all would love Risky Business. That needs to be redone.
Edge of Tomorrow, Interview with the Vampire, Magnolia, Rain Man, Cold Trickle, The Firm, A Few Good Men, All the Right Moves, Tropic Thunder.
A Few Good Men would be mine.
Yeah,
like if it were on there, that's the one I would
do
go.
It because I thought Jack was better than him in that movie.
Well, that's fair. But
so
he wasn't around quite as much though. Is
that the you can't handle it?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
And I thought Jack was better, so I didn't want to put him in that. That's why I chose not to do
that.
And
again, I'm not a movie critic or connoisseur, but That's one of the all-time movie scenes to me, is that courtroom scene back and forth where he baits the code red out of Jack Nicholson. That's hair on your arm acting. That's good stuff. All right, let's bring in the king of movie fandom and trivia-dom.
Mm-hmm.
Get some more. John, by the way, what did you pick of those four?
What would I pick?
Mm-hmm. Of those four that you offered.
I probably agree with you on those.
Show me the money. Yeah. All right, let's come back with more on the other side. We've got Get Smart John. We've still got the 10-minute drill coming up this hour. Murphy Power Hour coming up today. All right, all that and more straight ahead on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Downtime with Dan is serviced by the local family-owned company for home comfort and your statewide mechanical partner for the biggest projects, Lloyd's Heating and Air.
The SEC's kind of throwing its weight around these days. Greg Sankey's very visible, very talkative, and they're discussing a lot of issues. One of the issues, there seems to be a split within the SEC. It's between coaches and athletics directors, and that's as they go to the 16-team model for the playoff. How are we going to pick the 16? Sankey says that the SEC took a heightened interest in a model that would include the 5 highest-ranked conference champions and 11 at-large bids. It's kind of a 5+11 model. And the ADs seem to be adamant about wanting automatic qualifiers, which would go along with the league adopting a 9-game league schedule. That's where the disconnect comes because the coaches feel a different way, and it makes for interesting off-season theater.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
We get ready.
We wake up every morning ready for competition.
Just say game on and let us play.
Bring it on, baby. Hit me. 1010XL. Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Jeff Prosser here for Lloyd's Heating and Air. Need a leader for commercial, retail, multifamily, or hospitality projects, or top-tier residential service? No gimmicks, no mascots, just real expertise and hard work. As your trusted statewide mechanical partner and local family-owned team, Lloyd's is the name Northeast Florida counts on. Visit LloydsHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Hey, don't buy a diamond at one of those big box corporate jewelers in the town center, at least until you see what Beard's Diamonds can offer, because they'll beat you. And they'll take care of it. Stan Hickett here for Beard's Diamonds. They'll give you a better price on a better quality diamond, plain and simple. Why? Beard's isn't beholden to Wall Street. They are here for you, the people of Jacksonville, and we should be there for them. It's the only locally owned jeweler in the town center, and Beard's has the best diamond selection in the region. No middleman prices on hand-picked diamonds, all shapes, all sizes. Here's something else. Unlike the others, Beard's doesn't have commission salespeople. Their experts get paid whether you buy or not. No pressure, therefore, ever. Their associates are real diamond experts who will teach you how to buy a diamond the smart way. We're lucky to have Beards here. We're lucky to have the Lupos here. They're locally owned and operated. They're great folks. Go talk to them. They'll be glad to meet you. You get it all. No compromises, highest quality, personal service, no middleman pricing, unbeatable guarantees. It's Beard's Diamonds, the only locally owned jeweler in the St. John's Town Center.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece. Premium flooring. Take our advice. Home business, affordable price. Driveways, pool decks, garage doors, beautiful patios, and more to explore. Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece.
Hey Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
You've probably heard the saying, it's not how hard you get hit, it's whether or not you get back up. Well, I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and I have a saying of my own. If you get hit with a personal injury or wrongful death, hit back and fight to make them pay. At Hastings Injury Law, we have the experience you want if you or a loved one suffer a car or trucking accident or wrongful death. Just call 904-HIT-BACK and we'll help you get up and hit back. Office is Jacksonville.
1010XL's running game takes a giant step forward.
Well, Fred Taylor is the whole package.
Fred Taylor joins Dan and Jeff on the drill. Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins and Monahan Jewelers.
Baloo here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Here you can see.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
No matter what the reason, sending a floral arrangement from Kuhn Flowers always works. For unique and special gifts, visit their showroom on Beach Boulevard. ET here with 1010XL. Kuhn Flowers is my go-to, and it should be yours too. Online at KuhnFlowers.com.
If golf is your thing, you'll want to check out the 2025 Hills Pass at Hidden Hills Golf Club. Unlimited golf, including golf car, and preferred tee times for just one low price. Visit us at hiddenhillsgc.com to purchase your Hills Pass today.
Want your son or daughter to enjoy sports year-round? Then log on to i9sports.com with summer and fall registration open right now, including girls volleyball at Duval Charter Bay Meadows, plus plenty of other spots and sports on the First Coast. i9sports.com. Enter 1010 for a discount.
Yo, this is Tony from Tony D's. Are you looking for a great slice of pizza? Well, we have about 12 varieties. Most places won't have slices of pizza after lunch. At Tony D's, you can get a slice all day. It's always fresh at Tony D's Pizza. Bay Meadows and 295.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Get Smart John is polished up by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
All right, we go right to the Checkmate Coatings hotline. Why? Because he's the man, he's the legend. He's bald, he's beautiful, he smells so doggone good. Some would say he's a savage. TriviaNation.com's own. Get Smart John. Johnny!
Good morning, Googans.
Morning, Guggen.
So, I just noticed polished up. Was that in reference to my head?
Probably was. I was watching Family Feud, speaking of polished up, and the question was, if Steve Harvey had an assistant, what would he or she be in charge of? And the number one answer was polishing up his head. So I would think the same would be true for you. You always have a nice shine to your head.
And
you take great pride in that bald-headed noggin of yours, and you make sure it's always looking fresh.
Yeah, try to be high and tight.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you're talking about Tom Cruise movies, and I heard they're supposed to be making a remake of Days of Thunder.
Very good.
That they're trying, but would you not agree that Days of Thunder was basically Top Gun in a race car?
A little bit. There's a formula. We all, there's a formula.
After Goose died in Top Gun, he didn't want to fly, and then, anyway. Just saying.
For sure.
And I have to agree with Jeff about probably a few good men. But when you talk about Jack Nicholson, put anybody against Jack Nicholson. Who's going to be better than him?
Well, that's
pretty
also
much no
fair.
one.
That's fair.
Yeah, because he is such a great actor.
Although you could put him against him now and you would win because he's...
Well, he's, about 87, 88 years old now?
He's up there.
It's a little unkempt. I've seen him out and about. He's unkempt at this point.
Yeah, it kind of looks like he did in The Shining.
Shining
a
is
little
a
bit.
top 3 movie in my
He's
estimate.
88 years old.
Okay, yeah.
Believable.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right, so I'm going to give you one right off the bat. So one
Please.
of my players asked me a sports trivia question, and I missed it.
Okay.
So I want to ask you guys, who was known, NFL, who was known as the human bowling ball?
That was Bettis.
No, he was the
No,
bus.
well, I will tell
wait.
you this.
Oh, yeah.
I will say this. I don't think this will
be the right answer.
But I do know that there was a guy named Don Nottingham who played for the Colts.
I know there's another one that he's taught. It's a
Wasn't it Mojo called that?
no.
This is a tough
The human
one.
bowl.
Because I think there's a few who have had it.
No, but I know that it's like an '80s guy, isn't it, John?
No, really more 70s.
70s.
You know what? You know what? It's Don Nottingham.
It is Don Nottingham.
It is
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you're,
I knew that.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, but that's
and
more
he
my
played for Miami too. But yes.
Yeah, Don Nottingham. I remember him well.
That was one of those extras, and I just thought I still thought it was a pretty good question.
Now, let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
You can go down that street corner right there and ask 100 people who Don Nottingham is or who the human bowling ball was in the NFL, and you're going to get about one at best.
Probably.
Yeah,
right.
So I am now the valedictorian of sports. Can I give a speech, Jeff?
Sure.
Thank you. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears.
My bad. It's your speech. My bad.
Okay. First category is going to be words.
Words can be hurtful.
Hurt me with your words.
Yes.
Yeah.
Use your words wisely, Junior.
What synonym for quiet can be formed by rearranging the letters in listen?
Silent.
Very good.
Yes. Science.
Science.
What is the closest star to Earth?
Closest star.
The sun.
Mr. Sun.
Isn't it? Does it
Sun.
have to be?
Mr. Golden Sun. Yeah, it has to be. What else can it be? Yeah. It was almost like a trick question.
Yeah.
Because I immediately started thinking star. I started thinking, is it the North Star? Is it the Ursula? Whatever.
Maybe one of those little ones are so little that they're closer than the sun. But yeah. And imagine how far away imagine how far the North Star is from you, dude.
Don't do this to me.
If the sun is that much bigger and brighter and sustaining.
My mind can't cope.
Yeah, I know.
Very good. Cocktails.
Cocktails.
Yes.
Maduro.
Dury.
Maduri.
No. What cocktail is traditionally made with vodka, ginger beer, and lime served in a copper mug?
Oh, in the copper.
It's a mule. That's a Moscow
baby.
mule.
I give some kick. There's some kick in that.
Yeah, that mule.
See what I did there?
Moscow mule's good. That's a good drink. That's a good winter drink.
I could go for a mule.
Mm-hmm.
AE.
Yep.
Never mind. I'll get to it later. I like questions.
Go with a couple of those chicken biscuits, right?
Ooh, those chicken biscuits at the Dash are unbelievable.
Yeah, I've had them. They are good.
Yeah, they're as good as any chicken in town. I mean that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sincerely?
Sincerely. Jeff.
Movies.
Now I want a couple.
Movies.
Somebody swing by the Dash and hook me and E up.
Pull up.
Worn on their backs, what is the primary device they use to catch ghosts in Ghostbusters?
It's like a photon something, isn't it? I've seen Ghostbusters once, forever, but I feel like
Long
it's like
time
the
ago.
photon displacer.
Say it again.
Isn't it something like that?
Worn on their backs, what is the primary device they use to catch ghosts in Ghostbusters?
What do you say? What?
Worn on their back.
What do they call their ghost
Backpack thingy.
Yeah, their backpack.
Okay. We know this.
I saw Ghostbusters once in 1987 or whatever it was, so I don't know. I feel like it's photon something. Am I wrong? I probably am. That could be something from Star Trek, which another show I don't watch. Got too many shows here I don't watch to try and answer a question. Dan is deep in thought right now.
Yeah, because I know it, but it's.
Have I thrown you off as I continue to throw words out there?
Yeah, no.
A plasma.
No, that's the.
Yeah.
That's the what they caught.
Yeah. Is it like a big silly word? Is that what it is?
That's like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't get it real quick. I got too much.
What
do you got? Throw something out there.
How about a photon displacer?
I don't think it's photon. I think that's what's throwing me.
Me too.
What is it?
You're so close. Proton pack.
Proton.
I was close.
So you were really, really close.
Yeah.
Good.
And if you just, if it said proton, I would have given you that.
Dang it.
Yeah, old proton pack.
Neither is a real word. That's why it's hard to decide on one.
The American West.
Yes, you bet. White Earp. Move on.
Million Ways to Die.
Lakota and Cheyenne warriors defeated General George Custer and his troops in what 1876 battle?
Was that Little Bighorn, or was that a different one?
Is that not the Alamo? Or
no. Custer was Davy Crockett was the Alamo.
Okay.
Is that Little Bighorn?
That works for me.
Was there another one?
Not that I'm aware of.
The Battle of, you said, right? Did you say at the Battle of what?
I said in what battle? Yes, in what 1876 battle? Yes.
I think it's Little Bighorn. I don't know for sure, but
I don't know a lot of Indian, infantry battles. What is it again? What's the question? I'm sorry, John. Exactly.
Lakota and Cheyenne warriors defeated General George Custer and his troops in what?
I would go with Dan's.
Yeah.
We'll go the Battle of Little Bighorn.
Yeah.
Yes. Perfect.
Yeah. Current events.
Somewhat.
Now, I'm going to have, it is multiple choice, but I just want to see if you can get it without the...
I like that.
Okay.
What you're saying basically is I want to give you the opportunity to show that you are smarter than all the other guys that we played with last night, which I appreciate.
Yes, that's right. I have a lot of confidence in you. Okay, which A-list star had a heated encounter with the photographer at the Cannes Film Festival?
Denzel.
Yes. And your choices were Denzel, Forrest Whitaker, and Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Why all black men, John, with the choices?
Yeah, good question, Dan.
E, is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, why not a white guy? Why not Johnny Depp? I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there, guys.
By the way, speaking of Johnny Depp, and I was just talking about this the other day, I know he's a little bit out there, but he is one actor who is so diverse that really should have an Academy Award.
I don't know what this speaks to as to like presence or persona, but with a 2-year, 5-month-old running around the house and the TV's on, very rarely does he stop and think. But that Johnny Depp ad where he's playing the guitar out on the barren landscape and he's dressed totally Johnny Depp goth. The kid even looked and I said, "Yep, you're right. He's kind of an oddball kid. You're right." Moved on.
And
don't be
you know
like
the
that.
one I'm talking about, John. That commercial.
Yeah, you know what?
It's Savage, isn't it?
It's Savage.
It is Savage. Yeah, it's a Savage.
Oh no.
Perfect.
That's great. Yeah. By the way, we got our first stitches yesterday. Cut me, Mick. He got a Rocky size right here.
Yeah.
Banged it off of something. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's tough.
They bleed.
They glued him up, put some sort of, cross, whatever.
All right.
That's cool. I told him that'd be a good one, man. You got a good one there.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, let's do the audio clue, please.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. Please.
I'm just waiting for Carolyn.
Well, Ron, you know women.
Yeah, I like to think I do. On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning.
A scotch?
Not during working hours. Oh, I'm sorry, pal.
No problem. Come on over here, Ron. Let me show you what I'm doing. Taking advantage of some of the time off to add a whole new wing on here. I'm going to rip these walls out and, of course, rewire it.
Yeah, you're going to make it all 220?
220, 221, whatever it takes.
220, 221, whatever it takes.
I'm just waiting for Carolyn.
Well, Ron.
Okay, you can cut it now.
I got it.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
That's still one of those great lines, right?
Yeah, that's one I've used throughout many a time here.
Yeah, and that would be what movie?
It's Mr. Mom.
Yes.
Yes.
Jeff, did you know that one?
No.
Okay.
It was Michael Keaton and Fernwood's own Martin Mull.
Very good. That's right. Late great Martin Mull.
Late great Martin Mull.
That's right. And Terry Garr played his wife.
Yep. Sweet Terry Garr back in the day.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Just for extra, within a year, can you give me the year of release of that movie?
I'll say early 80s.
82.
82? That's a good one.
That's within it. 1983.
Okay.
Same year that Risky Business came out.
Wow. What a year for movies.
Uh-huh. Okay. Good job, by the way.
Thank you.
Lyrics.
Uh-oh. Bald-headed woman. Living in a swamp.
What rapper famously declared,
I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's Lil Somebody.
No.
That's
No.
Eminem.
No.
That's Biggie.
who it is.
That's Biggie.
Oh, man. But, hey, that's close, though. You say Biggie.
Okay.
Yeah. That's real close.
Okay.
Who would it be?
That's Tupac.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the
Yeah. Shout out.
For the culture, baby.
Good job.
TV.
What show featured 4 Vietnam vets who became mercenaries, including a character known as B.A. Baracus?
Mother. There is no other. Like your. That's the A-team. That's what that is. That's the A-team.
The pain she grown.
The moan. The pain when I was born.
M is for the moan when she grown.
Mr. T tells you to love your mother. You better.
That's right.
And by the way, for extra credit, do you know what the B.A. stood for?
Bad A.
Bad A?
Yeah.
No, the A was not.
I have no idea.
Abner. Bad Abner.
Attitude.
Exactly.
Bad attitude. Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Which I actually found that out, yes.
Yeah, bad
last
attitude
night,
makes more sense in the 80s. We had a little more civility. We weren't just like trash mouthed, like mongrels, like the country has become. There's not a lot of good language out there anymore.
Yeah, even from our lawmakers.
That's bad.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know where we lost all civility and just went off the reservation on that one. But anyway.
Now, I know you're going to get this one. It's sports, but there's going to be what I had as the bonus, and I want you guys to be able to get this too.
Okay.
Who was the only player to win the Heisman Trophy twice?
Archie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want you to tell me the years that he won it.
74, 75?
Yep.
Nice. Archie Griffin had a cup of coffee here with the Jacksonville Bulls.
Archie Griffin was one of the great curiosities of my young sportsdom. I was old enough to know that Archie Griffin was the first to win back-to-back Heisman trophies. So imagine my disillusionment, my disconnection when he was a nothing in the NFL. It was like the first time in my life where I made some sort of correlation, even though I didn't think of it that way, that, man, there must be a big difference between college football and pro football, even though they're both wearing, pads and they're both on television every weekend. This guy won the Heisman Trophy back-to-back years, and he can't make a dent in the NFL? He was a first-round pick by the Bengals, or no? Was he a first-rounder?
He was. I'm pretty.
Wasn't he like a top 5 pick, wasn't he? Wasn't he like the 3rd pick or something?
I don't think he was a top 5, but
But he's definitely in the top 10.
But he did nothing in the NFL, right? It wasn't injury.
24th overall.
Was he injury related or no? He just wasn't that good.
Okay.
7 years.
Yeah. Just never did any. What's the career high in the yardage in a year? 400?
That's a good guess. Let's look.
I mean, this is a back-to-back Heisman winner, and he couldn't make an inch of impact in the league.
You figure when he was drafted too, that was a 14-game schedule too.
2,800 yards in 7 years.
Yeah, 400 a year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Back-to-back, only 2-time winner. It's amazing.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, but you have to admit that going back, because they never did underclassmen for the most part, other than junior, senior, that Herschel Walker for sure should have won it his freshman year.
Well, Tebow should have won too, quite honestly.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, his best statistical year, he didn't win.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you got time for a couple more, Johnny.
Okay. Beer.
Beer, drink beer.
Why?
Oh, come drink beer with me. For I won't give a damn for any old man who won't drink beer with me. Roll out the old golden goblet with the star lamp on, and we'll all have another keg of beer. More beer, for it's not for knowledge that we come to college, but to while we're here.
Okay. I should have known better.
Yes.
Heineken beer was first brewed in which European country?
That would be Holland.
Yes. Netherlands. Yes.
I would have said Germany.
I drink a lot of beer.
Okay, I want to see how many of you guys get this. This is the halftime question. Okay, and
sure.
the question, and this is a good one. I think you'll like it. Name 4, or as many as you can, because it's extra. 4 of the 5 U.S. athletes with the most gold medals at the Olympics.
Phelps.
Helps for sure.
Yep.
Okay, wait. So it's men and women, right?
Correct.
Which one of those? I didn't. It
What about Ledecky? That swimmer.
Yep.
girl.
Yes.
Second. Correct.
There's a lot of swimmers, dude. Is this primarily a swimmer-dominated list? I bet it is. I mean,
What about Spitz? 1-7 in the
Yep,
one.
there's Spitz.
Okay.
Spitz actually got 9 total.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, don't we have some of these? It's American. Don't we have like these swim? Didn't like Lochte win 9 or 10?
Oh, yeah. I feel like Lochte should
Is it
be up
gold
there.
or just total medals?
Yeah. What is it? Total?
Oh no, gold.
Gold.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
gold. Yeah, that's a little different.
Right.
What about
What about the Olympic? What about
Carl Lewis?
Carl Lewis.
Yeah.
Boom. There you got 4. And the other one was Caleb Dressel.
Oh, local.
I was going to say another.
Wow.
Shout out,
Yeah.
Play High.
That
Yeah,
many.
not
Play
like
high.
he did too,
Yeah.
He did it pretty quickly.
Wow,
So
yes,
that
he
was-
did. Now, is it Caleb or is it Ryan Murphy who just announced they're kind of taking a sabbatical from swimming? It's Murphy, I think.
I think it's Murph.
Yeah, is Caleb still swimming competitively?
Shoot, I don't.
He's probably
he's
getting.
at
How
the
old
end.
is Caleb?
He's at the end.
Yeah,
He wasn't the dominant one in these last.
Caleb is sleeve tat. That's him.
Yes.
And Murphy's more. I got you.
Yeah.
Murphy. Yeah. I got you.
Okay, movies.
Movies.
Which beloved musical includes a scene where a governess teaches children to sing using the notes of the scale starting with do, re, mi?
A deer, a female deer, Ray, a drop of golden sun, me, a name I call myself, far, a long, long way to
There we go. All
run.
right. What's the answer? Is that the Mary Poppins or no?
No, Sound of Music.
Okay.
Yes. That's the first movie I remember my mom and dad taking me to.
Man, I am just proud as punch to claim I've never seen Sound of Music, nor will I. Oof.
Oh, it's a great movie.
Oh,
yeah.
that sounds like I'd rather. That sounds again. I think I might rather go to the opera, and I've already said I'd rather mow the yard.
Sound of Music is very good. It's a very good story. It's a very good movie.
From the
Stands
text
the test of
from the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures.
Mhm.
At my ice cream shop, one of the flavors was called 220, 221, whatever it takes.
Thank you. Solid.
Oh, that's
Send me-
great.
I'll come get 220, 221, whatever it takes. I love that.
That's great. Okay, one more.
Last one.
Art. Now, this could be.
Wait a second. Did he say art appreciation
Yes.
or fart appreciation?
Okay.
It really happened. We won't tell it
Okay,
anymore.
and I can make it. It can be multiple choice, but I want to see if you can get it without
Need
it.
no
Again.
multiple choice. Who are you talking
Okay,
to, man?
okay.
A pair of dummies?
All right.
The Louvre. The Louvre.
No, it's Banksy. The answer is Banksy.
Banksy or the Louvre?
Okay.
Thank you, Reed.
Thank you. Fart appreciation.
Love it. Which material did Rodin primarily use for his sculptures?
Yeah, so you got like clay or marble. That's what you got here.
Okay.
Rodin,
He's
the
more
thinker.
of a,
That's that plaster, right? Rodin did the thinker. Wow.
The Thinker.
Yeah, the thinker, the one that
I
dude's
know
doing
sh-
like this. He's
Yeah,
got his,
yeah. Is that
and that's what is that? Is that concrete looking
Yeah.
stuff? Which would that be? Would that be
Is that clay or
Would that be is it that simple? The thinker, that's probably something more. That's probably
like stone.
Yeah, stone. Let's go stone.
I'm going to give you the multiple choice. Okay.
Yeah.
Bronze, clay, or marble?
I don't think it's bronze.
It's marble, isn't it?
Is it marble?
Is the thinker?
Yeah, the thinker is like this.
I know what it is, but is
Yeah.
it in clay or is it in?
It's white.
It sounds like marble.
I
then,
thought it
doesn't
was gray.
Yeah, well, gray. That's what I mean. It sounds like clay that has been painted, but is clay that?
When it
would it
hardens,
last?
so that-
Would it
yeah.
last the? Yeah, let's go marble.
Yeah.
It would be bronze.
Wow.
Oh.
Well, he's dark. He's dark. He's actually dark.
All right.
Like-
Hey, John, get him out of here! Dump that guy!
He out of there. He out of there.
All right, this is the drill. Thank you, John.
I'll be back with more. John,
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Summer on the First Coast is sensational. 1010XL.
This summer, get ready to rock like never before. The Jacksonville Rock Orchestra brings the thunder with an electrifying night of Led Zeppelin like you've never heard it. Live at the Florida Theater, June 4th. Cashmere, Whole Lotta Love, and Stairway to Heaven reimagined with the full power of a rock orchestra. Led Zeppelin, orchestra style, only in Jacksonville. Get your tickets before they're gone at floridatheater.com.
Hey, I can hear from my friends at Checkmate Coatings. Oh, I love Checkmate Coatings. It's a game changer. Listen, I've tested the field, and Checkmate Coatings, they're the new go-to durable, jaw-dropping floor coatings. They can coat anything, man. Start with your garage floor, man. Checkmate Coatings is your answer. Better play, better results. Listen, the owner, Brendan, he'll talk floor coatings with you. He'll talk all day long. He loves it. He loves it. He's passionate about it. He'll take care of your garage, your pool, your patio, your driveway. Check out Checkmate Coatings. The Jacksonville crew keeps prices low with no massive overhead. Here's what you do, man. Slam dunk your floors at checkmatecoatings.com. That's checkmatecoatings.com. for all your information. Checkmate Coatings, gang. Get your floor's missing piece.
Power bill just went up again? Why keep paying more? Clay Solar can wipe that electric bill out. Right now, they'll cover your first 6 months' payments. Visit claysolar.com today to schedule your free consultation. claysolar.com.
I'm Drew Scrimshire, president and publisher of the Jacksonville Business Journal. In business, timing is everything. That's why every morning at 8:15, our morning edition delivers the most important business news straight to the inboxes of Jacksonville's decision makers, executives, entrepreneurs, investors, and industry leaders. Want to know what the First Coast power players are reading before they start their day? Join them. Subscribe today to the Jacksonville Business Journal Morning Edition at bizjournals.com/Jacksonville.
Denny Thompson here. If you haven't heard, Tyson Sound & Security has a house built right inside their showroom, showcasing complete home automation and security systems. You have to see it to believe it. This setup can recognize intruders who approach your door and alerts them to leave if there's a break-in. Keep your family safe with the most state-of-the-art technology. Tyson Sound & Security, your security, home theater, and home automation experts. New showroom at 3555 U.S. Highway 17 in Fleming Island.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. Did you know that mosquito bites could lead to heartworm for your dog or cat? When mosquitoes show up, pet parents want them gone. Terminix takes mosquitoes down fast, just like they did at my house for our pup. Terminix knows that pets are part of the family. They do what it takes to help protect them. When mosquitoes show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a mosquito problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com.
Hick here with lots more on George Moore Chevrolet. Hey, Justin Moore, what are you doing in our commercial?
Dan, this Moore just wanted to remind folks of vehicles less than $20,000 on our lot. Or you can always go more with our Silverado EV.
I have my boy Blue, that beautiful Gator Blue Silverado. Love, love, love it. And that service department, second to none. Let's just say it means more to Gabe and the boys who take great care of us.
Not to mention, we do more for the community. We love Jacksonville. Been around these parts since 1986.
George Moore Chevrolet. Need I say more?
It's the blog players put their pads on for.
So we got to bring my thoughts and observations on our home team. That's what I share with you every week on my blog.
Roland Reach Plumbing brings you Hayes Blog on 1010XL.com.
Hey, Hick here, or just call me Dreamfinders Danny. For a limited time to ring in the new year, Dreamfinders Homes is offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down that rate and get in the game. You heard me right. It's 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family-owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at StanleyPoolsFL.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384. If you're tired of weekend projects turning into weekend disasters, you're not alone. Building a fence isn't as easy as it looks. And let's face it, your neighbor still hasn't fixed his lopsided masterpiece. But Superior Fence and Rail makes it easy. Highly trained professionals, top quality materials, and a fence you'll love for years to come. Skip the stress and call the pros today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Tired of changing out bad sod year after year? Get it done right with Roundtree Sod. Big or small, they have it, and always supplied farm fresh. For a lush, legendary green lawn, call 7414-SOD for a free estimate. 7414-SOD.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I got a couple speed traps in play here, so let's take care of that.
All right, let's do
brought to you by Catlin Truck Accessories. All over, we're told JTB, the 95 overpass, again, radar detection and more at Catlin Truck Accessories. Let's see, speed trap Butler, 95 overpass. Here we go again. The chips all over JTB and 95 Junction. So, yeah, keep those speeds down. Keep that cash in your pocket. Keep the city streets safer.
We have the E to the T golf tournament coming up here in about a month.
Okay.
I think he told me.
That'll be fun. Magnolia Point, I believe we're going.
Let's go.
I was a little worried about him yesterday. Out of the blue, I got a tweet from him, and he's...
A tweet or a text?
A text.
Okay.
And golf is a humbling game. And it's in times you can really just want to throw the clubs away and leave. And you can't figure out why it's going wrong. And listen, this is a guy who lives it 9 out of 10 times. If I hit it good, I'm happy. So he has been playing a lot.
Trying to get better.
Seeing
some.
He's establishing his handicap. And so he has usually has a round on Tuesdays. And he went out yesterday. And
I scrambled.
And he
didn't go well?
At 7:48 p.m. last night, I'll share this. He texted me, I don't get embarrassed much. I am embarrassed with that round of golf I just played.
Yeah, it'll do that to you. It's a humbling game, man.
And then, you got the groups behind you. They're watching you. I get up there. I take my practice swings.
Yeah.
Swipe the dollar, the divot. It's like I make a little, it's perfect. Swipe. Swipe. All right, bet I'm about to do this. Slice.
Yeah.
Hook.
Yeah.
Don't go nowhere. Hit it fat, hit it skinny.
Yeah. It's a hard game.
Why can't I make this stick, make this little ball go right here?
Yeah.
So difficult.
It's hard, and it's a hard game.
I perfected the dress, though. That, like, dressing up for golf, I could do it with the best.
You were looking good again?
I could do it with the best.
Yeah, I know that's true. I believe that. Speaking of golf, did you watch any of the Gators yesterday in college? It was good stuff.
You told me they were playing Texas. I missed the early round. Mm-hmm. I saw that they were into the Final Four, and I put it on at about 8:15, and
they were done.
And then I woke. Did they win or lose? They lost.
Yeah.
Who'd they lose to?
Virginia.
And then it was Ole Miss on the other side against someone. Who won that one? Do you know?
Okie State. I don't know who won. Once Virginia eliminated the Gators.
Beat them pretty easy.
No, it was good. We had a good chance. We were real good closers throughout this tournament, and we took it to Texas and won 3-2. So as I become the fan that I am again, I called 5-0. I was a big Longhorn fan. And I told her through Mr. 10.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's the first one. And Friday we'll take care of them on the softball field. And then come September, October, she will be stepping into the swamp as a Gator season ticket holder to watch Texas, Florida football.
It feels like if you had to predict, like, the magic game that your team's going to have. And every year, someone like Ole Miss last year beat Georgia at home. I mean, someone has one every year. Florida's last year would have been LSU or Ole Miss. Feels like Texas would be that game this year for Florida.
Let's hope so.
That's the one they're going to put Texas on upset alert. That's the one when you read all the columns before the season starts, sneaky games that are going to give ranked teams a loss. It's that one. There's going to be a lot of focus on that game.
So anyway, so they played really well in the morning against Texas. They were able to advance. They got this kid, Gilligan, who's their closer.
Yeah. I saw him. He had a nice pitch up to about a foot.
Yeah, he went and won the it was 2-2 in the last. Yeah, that's the pressure
Oklahoma
match.
State won, by the way.
Okay. And listen, they had the top 8 seeds, and Florida was third. One got knocked out by 8. I watched Ole Miss, Arizona State. I'll say this. You talk about a good way to end it. It's 2-2. Ole Miss and Arizona State are playing. Now, Ole Miss had the national champion, but this wasn't the kid. So the Ole Miss kid is against the Arizona State kid. The Ole Miss kid had come back to tie him. And it's great theater when the whole thing's on the line. Everybody's watching. And they both birdied 18 to go to the 19th. I think it was the 19th playoff hole. And our Arizona State kid is 20 yards off the green. He hit it out of the bunker short. And Ole Miss kid's got a 25-foot birdie putt. So advantage Ole Miss kid.
Big time.
Arizona State kid comes up. And the announcer goes, all these programs now have these great facilities in terms of short game practice. And this is a perfect chip, blah, blah, blah. Guy hits it into the slope and runs it right into the hole.
Oh, he made the chip for birdie.
He made the chip for birdie. So now
amazing.
Ole Miss kid's dead in the water.
Got to make it.
He made it.
Wow.
So, it was good.
Did the Ole Miss kid win?
Ole Miss kid ended up winning.
Man, he has a beautiful swing, too. Oh, my goodness. He got a beautiful swing.
Ole Miss won golf a couple years ago, I think.
I don't know. I don't think so. But
yeah,
maybe.
Ole Miss won the golf title, yeah.
So anyway, they go to the next hole, and the Ole Miss kid ended up winning because this kid hit it to the left. He had a really tough chip and hit a beautiful shot to about 5 feet, right? Ole Miss kid leaves his birdie putt short. So my man, if he makes the par putt, we go to the next hole. And it was a tough putt downhill with a break, and he just missed it, slid it by, and ended up losing. So, but it was a great match, really exciting. And but then you say Ole Miss lost to Okie State. Florida had its chances against
Ole Miss
Virginia.
did not win in golf. Maybe did they have an individual chance? Maybe
no, they won this year. No individual chance.
By the way, did you see the flaw? You know who Dan Rappaport is?
Yeah, Ian's cousin.
Are you aware of this incredible flaw in the NCAA Men's Golf Championship?
Mm-mm.
If you're the top ranked golfer in college golf doesn't get to play in the national championship. If your team's not there, you don't get to compete for the individual title.
Your team has to qualify.
We're way past that being the case.
Yeah.
You ought to fly in the individual players based on what they've done all year.
Who was the top ranked
It's a North Carolina guy. I don't know his name. But a kid from North Carolina's team didn't make the NCAA tournament.
So he can't
So
win
he
it.
wasn't able to be.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah, that just seems like that's.
It does.
Yeah, that seems like that's
anyway,
misplaced.
it came down to Florida. Virginia. Florida struggled on the last 2 holes of a couple. It was like Florida was down early. They came back. It was Virginia won 1 match, but the other 4 were tied. So it was right there for the taking, and they couldn't take it. The Crest kid has been really good for him. I think he lost, and it was good. But I think I was talking to my Gator golf expert friend, and he said pretty much everybody but Gilligan is back, and they've got some real studs coming in. They've done a great job with that program, and
college golf is a fun watch. You can turn on a college golf tournament during the season, catch one of the big tournaments or the conference tournaments, and you see a lot of that drama. And I think part of the reason is, I think there are more opportunities for pitch-ins. They're not hitting as many greens. I mean, they put themselves in some position where you see some really good shots.
They make some great shots, though.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah.
They're very good. It's just they're not pros yet.
Incredibly good.
Yeah,
like,
very good.
Score-wise, they're going to be as good as most pros. But
they hit
in the field.
Heck out of the the golf ball too. They all, they grow up just learning to drive it first and hitting it as far as they can. And it's a beautiful course out there. It's at La Costa, I think where they're playing. So anyway, it was good. It was good theater. It was good to watch, and it was a great year. You made the Final Four, but you just weren't able to get over the hump. But nonetheless,
for sure.
All right, we got to take a break. Catch up time.
I have a listing that I'm going to run by you when we come back on the other side because you stay in. I now will take up once Friday's game 1 is in the books. I will take over the mantle as the Gator baseball expert with my intense knowledge and interest. But until this point, I have not paid as much attention to college baseball as maybe Dan did.
Well, let me clarify that statement.
Okay, what do you mean?
I have not paid as much attention as maybe I have paid no attention.
You're talking about me.
Yes.
That's fair. Yes, but by Friday that'll be rectified and we'll be good, Cougans. By Monday you'll have your guy will be in place. But I saw this listing ranking these 64 teams 1 to 64.
Okay,
so I thought it'd be fun to take a gander at FSU, who's got legitimate hopes, Florida, and their late season surge, and some others. So we'll do that and more. We've got the Murphy Power Hour today. We'll talk big league hardball. I'll take a pass on that.
Very odd play last night. I need to hear the scoring. I lost in the Mets game. I don't know I don't understand it. So
okay,
I'm going to ask him about that too.
All right, cool. There's always something comes up in sports. That's for sure.
Beautiful.
It's a Beatros Plumbing Wednesday on the Drill Like family. Beatros is there, whether you've got a plumbing emergency and you got to get on that hotline quick, or you've got a planned project. Either way, trust the name the First Coast have been trusting for decades. It's Beatros Plumbing and BeatrosPlumbing.com.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
The longer you listen,
I thought the play was exceptional.
the more you learn about your home team. We stay close to the Jags, so you can too. 1010XL.
Hey, facing interesting economic times, right? Dow Jones stock market goes up, goes down. These tariffs, so much confusion out there, right? So what's not confusing, though, is my guys at ITP Partners. And that's why there's a comfort level there. Well, I know my money's in good hands with Jacksonville folks taking care of my Jacksonville money. Look, they got the experience, they got the expertise, they got the knowledge. They're there for me. They're there whenever I have a question. So I just pick up the phone, I call Chris. I say, Chris, what are we doing? And he sits there and explains it. And he puts it in layman's terms for me. So I appreciate that. Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Janice Cobb, terrific with my daughter, Reed Wingate, great folks down there at ITP Partners. And listen, they listen to you and they build a strategy where, Drew's strategy is different than Dad's strategy. So get in the game. ITP Partners, always there to help. Chris at ITPPartners.com or call 312-9751. They're ITP Partners. They're my financial partners for life.
I'm Frank Frangie with the Nimnik Nugget. I'm glad Pete Rose is going into the Hall of Fame. But shame on Rob Manfred and Major League Baseball for waiting till after he died to do it. All you had to do it was 2 years ago, and he'd had a year to enjoy it. Instead, we all enjoy it. We shake our heads. When I saw today that he's going to get in, I don't know if I was happy or sad. I'm Frank Frangie for the Nimnik family of dealerships. Frank Frangie here. May is Military Appreciation Month, and Nimnik Buick GMC proudly salutes the brave men and women who serve and have served our country. As a thank you, we're offering an additional $500 off select new Buick and GMCs, and every vehicle purchased at Nimnik supports K9s for Warriors. Nimnik thanks you for your service and your sacrifice. Shop 24/7 online at NimnikBuickGMC.com. Value your trade and customize your payment options in seconds. Visit the showroom off Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beachers here, second generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beachers Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beachers Plumbing, here to help.
Big Chief Tire offers affordable quality tires for every type of vehicle. Frank Frangie here. Whether you're looking for all-season tires, high-performance options, or something more budget-friendly, Big Chief has the perfect set to keep you rolling. Their expert technicians ensure your tires are installed quickly and safely so you can drive with confidence. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your appointment and check out their unbeatable tire deals today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
If you need a game plan for the weekend, I'll tell you my takes for some of the weekend's best options. 1010XL's Dan Hicken here. Watch for Musings with the Media Mogul on YouTube and Facebook. Turned on by Tucker Equipment Rentals in Neptune Beach.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
You'll always feel good when you send someone a Kuhn Flowers floral or plant arrangement. This is JJ with 1010XL, and no matter what the reason, Kuhn Flowers has always come through for me. Order online at KuhnFlowers.com.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is now offering ortho walk-in appointments. If you have an immediate need for orthopedic care, contact Southeast Orthopedic Specialist immediately. Avoid ERs and urgent care waiting rooms. For more information, go to se-ortho.com.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
When it comes to towing products, your safety is the priority at Cannons of Jacksonville. Cannons has decades of experience to ensure your towing setup is installed with precision and reliability. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, your trusted partner for a smoother tow.
Looking for that designer engagement ring like Tacori or Versatility? Then hear this. The only locally owned authorized dealer here for these exquisite rings is Beard's Diamonds. Beard's is your destination for the top names in bridal design. Tacori, Versatility, Sylvie, Gabriel & Company, Gnome Carver, and more. If she's seen it on Pinterest or in a bridal magazine, Beard's has it. Exquisite, handcrafted, and made in America. So you can get her the ring of her dreams without having to go to one of those national mega chain jewelers. At Beard's, there's no big company rules, no Wall Street sales goals, no impersonal service. The non-commissioned experts at Beard's Diamonds will take their time and let you see dozens of ring styles from all the most sought-after designers. Beard's is proud to be Jacksonville's premier jeweler for nearly 45 years. We're committed to this area and promise an authentic, refined, and risk-free experience without markups, without pricing games, without corporate red tape getting in the way of making you happy. Beard's Diamonds, Jacksonville's diamond store, at the shops at St. John's Town Center.
Ackerman Urology has 4 convenient locations, providing advanced urological care to improve men's health and sexual vitality. Don't suffer through prostate, bladder, or kidney issues. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years. And our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update, brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Septic Plumbing and Air Conditioning. With OTAs underway, several Jags players have impressed with the new staff. Defensive back Jarian Jones is coming off his rookie campaign, in which he recorded 40 tackles, 2 sacks, and 1 interception. Jags' new defensive coordinator Anthony Campanile says that Jones has been impressive throughout everything so far.
The whole camp, he's really, really diligent in the meeting, super detailed in all the drill work, and I think it's showing up here in practice, in 7-on-7 and in the team situations. I've been really fired up about him because he's a really bright guy and he's a competitor. He's definitely got the ability to play man-to-man and play sticky, but he's got good ball skills and he's got a ton in his body in terms of physically. He can stop stars. Just a really good cover guy, and he's got a really, really big skill set, wide-ranging skill set as a DB.
It's 77 degrees at 8:12 time and temp, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Sucker for a boy band, man. It's a fact of our generation. Don't let your dad, if you're 30 years old, right, don't let your dad tell you he won't group some Backstreet Boys. He's a liar. He will too.
All right, welcome back. It's the drill. We're hanging out.
Can I give a PSA, by the way? I've been meaning to mention this, and today I wafted a bit in the aroma. I feel sorry for some 14-year-old kid sitting in his dad's back seat this morning. He's driving down Racetrack Road. He's in the town center area.
Oh, the Sweet Stinky.
Yeah, he's being taken to high school, and his dad is going to stop, turn around, and say, "Give me your backpack, empty it out."
Man, that's the thing, though, man.
It's not Junior. It's not. There's a grow station over there somewhere. So there are certain times where you're driving down the road where it is thick, my brother. And this is at this point, kid, the 14-year-old, and you say, "Hey, Pop, how do you know?" Oh, wait, hold on. What now? We went through a class, son, when you had kids.
I'm also going to say that.
Your kid maybe not necessarily is dealing a big backpack of the Sweet Stinky. It's just coming from the grow area.
The pungency,
but still check the backpack.
Yeah, well, you never know.
The pungency is so strong, though, from the Sweet Stinky that there are times where I'll be driving.
You really think someone's got it? Yeah,
I know someone's got it.
Oh.
I'm not by a growth farm on certain places.
Sure. Yeah.
And you just
I think that's happening more than you think. But anyway, I'm not going to quibble with your sensibilities.
Because why would you smell it? Are they burning it somewhere?
No, it's not a burning. It's not a smoky smell. It's a rich, sweet smell, kind of like
It's a sweet, stinky weed.
So, yeah, you're not smelling burning. That's why
I don't know what to tell you. It's a sweet, stinky weed.
Yeah.
And I just
today is the day and age, by the way they're making it, it's sweeter and stinkier than ever. So,
I mean,
again, you drive through areas of town where, again, you might accuse your high schooler of toting around some contraband. Doesn't necessarily mean that he
Shout out to West 28th to 33rd and 8th in the city, man. It's about a half a mile walk, and you will get a contact high like nobody's business.
220, 221, whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
That's the truth.
I saw this news. I don't know if it's good or bad.
I said, Brooksy, why are you giggling? Stop.
Let me see your backpack, kid. All right, you're not getting this one by me.
Okay.
I don't know if this is good or bad. I hate being in a position where I take it as great news and celebrate that my quarterback's now throwing 3 days a week. But Billy Napier said that overnight. I don't know if you caught that.
Okay.
But, the sophomore is not yet 100%. At least Napier's not ready to proclaim him as such. But according to the head coach, he is up to now 3 throwing sessions a week as he tries to amp up. And again, we've learned that there's just a shoulder injury that the family decided they'd rather do non-surgically if they can. And look, I think that speaks fine to being absolutely ready when the season starts. But Hick, my fear is week 3, one wrong throw, one wrong tweak, one wrong tackle, and then who knows where you are. But
we'll see.
Until then, we shall see. I don't think, one thing is unequivocal.
Mm-hmm.
The Florida season suffers on the WNL without Lagway. I mean,
no doubt.
Not everyone can say that. Like you can say.
Most can.
But you know what? Georgia lost. The Beck, Stockton stepped in, was okay. He was better. You know what I'm saying?
They might have won with Beck in the playoff.
Maybe. I'm not saying they would or wouldn't, but the difference here because of the state of the program at the moment.
I saw a funny, speaking of college football, funny back and forth exchange. Their SEC's having their meetings, and Feinbaum's down there, and he had Kirby Dardar Smart on the program.
Okay.
And he had just been interviewed. Feinbaum had just been interviewed by SportsCenter. And Kirby said, I saw what you said. And he goes, I was always hoping at this time of the year when I say things like this, you guys are too busy to see. Oh, no, I saw it. And it was a topic called fine or not fine. And they said Georgia football. And he said, not fine. I'm not impressed with Gunnar Stockton. And, I don't think they're going to blah, blah, blah. And Kirby said, you got the job done. We appreciate that. We'll make sure that they see that and blah, blah. It was good. It was a good back and forth. And
I think it's the only thing that I will say about Kirby and Gunnar Stockton is, you thought the same thing when they were elevating and continuing forward with Stetson Bennett.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, isn't there some similarity there? These aren't top.
Yeah.
And Stockton was a higher recruit than Bennett. Don't kid yourself. He came back as a walk-on. I have in front of me, ranked from 1 to 64, Baseball America's slotting of the 64 teams in the baseball tournament.
Okay, I like that.
Man, what a spring season for the SEC. Ironically, the whole conference pins its passion on football, and that's a 2-year losing streak of winning the Natty after so many years of success. But, buddy, you get to spring. Here's Florida cutting down the nets in basketball. And as we head into the baseball regionals, number 1, Vandy of the SEC. Number 2, LSU of the SEC. Number 3, Arkansas of the SEC. Number 4, Texas of the SEC. Number 6, Auburn of the SEC. Number 9, Ole Miss of the SEC. Number 11, Georgia of the SEC. Number 12, Tennessee of the SEC. Number 19, Alabama of the SEC. And number 22, Florida of the SEC. I mean, it's basically like the SEC tournament. All right, here are some others. So the Gators 22. What a remarkable rise. I mean, this is Lazarus-like. These dudes were dead.
Yeah.
The body was
1 and
decayed.
11
I don't know what happened, but they rolled it away, and here they are, completely alive. I will say Coastal Carolina is 7.
Yeah.
So if we were of the opinion that that's not a bad draw getting Coastal Carolina, of those that are hosting, that one, 7 of the 8 hosts. So
yeah.
Oh no, there's 16.
16 hosts. Where did you say Florida was?
Florida's 22.
And where's FSU?
8.
FSU to me, and again, I don't watch them as I know they can hit. My worry is that, and they have Jamie Arnold, who might be the number 1 overall pick in the draft, lefty. Hasn't been great this year, 7-2, 3 ERA, pretty good. But when I see the results of it, I follow FSU baseball sort of as an observer, and when I see the results, they'll lose games 13-8. When games that Arnold isn't pitching. So my question with FSU is, do they have, and FSU fan would know this better than me, do they have enough pitching to carry them through? I think I think they have a legitimate shot of getting to Omaha. I don't think their team is good enough to win it. But who knows? You got to get there first, and that's the key.
I think the Lodice kid from Bartram and UNF was the player of the year in the ACC.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Yeah, he won that. Yeah. That's
amazing.
God,
dude. Kid was unbelievable. Hit 415.
He was UNF, right?
Yeah, 1 year. Bartram Trail.
I knew that. Think about this calendar season
Mm-hmm.
and how hard it currently is for a program at the level of UNF. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They just watched
I know.
their basketball player go to Tennessee where he was all conference.
Yeah, I know.
They watched their best baseball player go to FSU where he's the player of the year. It's like, I mean, I get it. I understand Matt Driscoll making the move when he did. You weren't here on Friday.
Yeah, I texted him. I was very happy for him. It was a perfect, I love Matt. We love Matt.
Yeah.
And Matt
UNF doesn't suffer for him. He's not doing any harm to the program or otherwise.
He did it. I thought he did it. I thought it was a win-win for everybody.
Yeah.
And I think he'll go make some good change. I'm sure it's hard for the family because they've been
here for so long.
Yeah, for so long.
He's the all-time winningest coach in the A-Sun. That's how long he's been here.
He's just such a good dude.
Very nice, Christian man. Puts his money where his mouth is.
He's a
he
good
really
person.
is. He's got great character.
Can't say enough good things about him. I know you guys probably talked a lot about it on Friday. So, but I was.
But it shows you how hard it is and why he left. And by the way, the next coach is screwed if UNF doesn't decide they want to commit to basketball. You can't win.
It's hard.
And you're in a conference where 3 or 4 of the schools are willing to commit to basketball, and they're always going to beat you. So I feel sorry for the UNF basketball coach. He's handcuffed by the lack of commitment.
I think.
And by the way, UNF would call you right now and say, we are committed. No, you're not. You're not committed. Your basketball program would win if you were.
I think baseball, you have a better chance than basketball.
And even then, look what you lost.
And I think the one thing that I would say...
If UNF had Lodice, would they be going to a regional?
They'd have a chance.
That's a fair question.
Yeah, they'd have a chance. And you can't blame the kid. They gave him $150,000. You want to play...
You get to go play. You're the conference player of the year in the ACC.
Yeah, I mean, so... It's
I'll tell you what else it's unfair. It's also giving the big boys a second chance on their recruiting prowess. If they miss, they just circle back and scoop them up. If FSU was so smart, they'd have gotten Lodice out of college.
I have a great game to play when we come back. I remember this, unless you know the answer. So
okay. Well, if I know the answer, I'll pretend like I don't, so look smart. And if I don't know the answer, it'll be fun.
We had a big name get a high school coaching job here in the city yesterday.
I'm not aware.
Oh, okay. And you and Emmanuel will get 20 questions to guess.
Okay.
Who the
what
person
name?
is.
What sport? Everything.
No. I'll tell you the sport.
All right.
It's a great. It's great.
You sound excited.
Well, I saw this. I thought last night when I was doing it on the television side, I was like, I hope Jeff doesn't see this.
I haven't seen it. No,
because he never watches me.
Yeah, I don't watch.
I watch you every now and then.
I don't watch TV
You do.
news.
I appreciate
it's not Dan. Dan makes it sound like it's him I'm avoiding. It's not. It's the product in and of itself. I just don't
Mrs.
watch.
P would watch, but don't watch.
I watch the trendsetter all the time. The trendsetter of the suit and the tennis shoes.
Yeah. Darn right.
Yeah.
Don't ever forget that. This is the drill on 1010XL.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Perfect passes.
Great pass.
Thrilling moments.
Did that just happen?
Winning plays. Touchdown! Your radio home for play-by-play. 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything, from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hey, Hick here for my friends at Zero Res. I love the cleaning freaks, man. I love them. They make your house look better, feel better, smell better. It's unbelievable. And they laugh at any of the surfaces you can throw at them because they can handle them. Carpets, tile and grout, hardwood, laminate, stone, upholstery, rugs. No problemo for Zero Res, man. Listen, if you don't believe me, check out the 8,000 raving customer reviews online. We talk about getting Zero Resified, and a few days left in May, the Mayhem Special, 3 rooms, starting at $149, plus a 4th room is free. By the way, they'll take 20% off the air duct cleaning as well. Listen, call Zero Res right now, 287-5727, 287-5727. Get that house ready for the summertime. Go to ZeroResJacksonville.com. Tell them you want the 1010 special, the Hicken special, whatever it is. Zero Res, man. You spell it forwards, you spell it backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Prosser here. Get those boats ready for the Dailies Old School Kingfish Shootout presented by Yellowfin. It's Saturday, June 14th in St. Augustine. The entry fee, only $250 if you register by May 31st at oldschoolkingfish.com. The grand prize, a Yellowfin Bay boat worth $125,000 and with limited boundaries, no bait buying, and no checkout. It is seriously old school. That's why it's the Old School Kingfish Shootout. A reason this is one of the most popular fishing tournaments. Go to oldschoolkingfish.com.
Got a leaky faucet, AC blowing hot air, a funky smelling septic tank? No worries, Duck Rooter has your back. We're your one-stop shop for plumbing, septic, and air conditioning, so you can stop juggling 3 companies and just make one easy call. Our expert techs are fast, friendly, and really know their ducks. I mean stuff. Call 904-862-6769 or visit duckduckrooter.com. Duck Rooter, plumbing, septic, AC, and a whole lot of quacking good service.
Elbow pain, whether acute or chronic, can make it difficult to do normal activities like playing sports, doing household chores, or even sleeping comfortably. Dr. George Barr here, and no one wants to deal with pain without solutions on how to feel better. We've all heard of tennis and golfer's elbow, but there's plenty more that can cause pain, like osteoarthritis, muscle tears, and nerve entrapment. All are treatable at Barr Orthopedics. Getting you back to full health is our mission, and there's a number of different treatment options we can offer. Call us today or visit barrorthopedics.com.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, customtreesurgeons.com. That's customtreesurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
When you want to be heard, send your opinion to the 1010XL text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures.
Thank you for believing in me when the bosses didn't give me a chance.
641-1010. No texting and driving. Get your thoughts heard on 1010XL.
Hey folks, Frank Frangie here reminding you the 4th annual Dailies Walk-Off Charities Golf Classic is right around the corner. We sure appreciate our friends at Dailies, always making it possible, and appreciate so many of you who have played over the years. This year, we're back at Deer Creek Country Club Monday, June 9th at 9 a.m. with tons of prizes, auction items, and an awful lot of fun. You'll even meet some of our young walk-off players. Just go to walkoffcharities.com for more information. Can't wait to see you on June 9th at the Dailies Walk-Off Charities Golf Classic.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hit a home run for happy hour and ask your Twin Peaks girl about local specials on drafts, cocktails, shots, and more.
Are you struggling with hair loss? At IHRS, we understand because we've been there too. We're dedicated to finding the best solution tailored just for you.
My hair looks great. It was thinning, and IHRS restored my hair.
It's now fuller, it's thicker, voluminous. It's made me feel great.
With the latest technology and FDA-approved laser therapy, PRP, and non-surgical hair addition, we offer guaranteed solutions for men and women. With over 35 years of experience, IHRS found a hair restoration for us, and we can find one for you.
For me.
For me.
And me too.
Visit hairforme.com or call 904-777-IHRS. Get a free microscopic analysis and get to the root of your problem. This $395 analysis is yours for free. Call 904-777-4477 now.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, gang. A lot of you may have seen or saw this news, so don't tell Jeff and E. But we've got a quick little game of 20 questions here.
Yeah, I stayed off the text line.
Thank you. Yeah, because you know it'll be on there. They like to ruin our game, those Googans.
They love the trivia.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like they love chiming in, and when they get the answer right,
all right,
you go back and check it. Like, you're welcome.
All right, so let me get a pen. so I can keep track in a piece of paper. Hold on. So yesterday, I got it. I'm good. Thank you. Yesterday, the Wolfson High School, the Mighty Wolfpack, who had one of our favorite coaches that Jeff and I covered through the years, Bruce Rosebrock, old Coach Rosie, did a great job over there. They're a very good basketball team. They hired a new basketball coach. And you will know who this new basketball coach is. Your job with your 20 questions is to guess the new basketball coach at Wolfson High School. Wolfson High School.
Where Jeff Rowe at?
Well, you're going to have to start it. We wait for no one around here.
All right.
So Wolfson High School, new
Wolfson
basketball
High
coach,
School.
20 questions.
20 questions.
I gave you the high school, I gave you the sport, and you'll know the name.
Okay.
That's your clues.
Is this person a Jacksonville native?
No.
Not a Jacksonville native. All right, not a Jacksonville native. Let's go with is this former professional athlete?
Yes.
All right.
I'm writing these down.
All right.
All right.
I should have asked if this person was a former professional NBA athlete.
Are you asking that?
Yes, I'm gonna ask that.
Yes.
All right. NBA athlete. All right, not. All right.
Yes, 3 questions in, and Wolfson High School names a new coach. Not from Jacksonville, but a former NBA athlete.
Not from Jacksonville, former NBA athlete.
That is correct, and you will know the name.
Will know the name.
You will know the name.
All right, Jeff.
I'm taking care of this. TCBing out here, buddy.
This is what we got so far.
TCB and trying to get at the bottoms of things.
This is what we got so far.
What do we got? What do we got? You're asking questions already? You started without me?
Yeah, man.
They're going to do the news, Ron. They're going to let her read the news.
That's right.
So what we know is this person is
not a Jacksonville
native.
Okay.
And played in the NBA.
Played in the NBA. So he's a basketball coach.
Correct.
Wolfson High School named a new coach.
Wolfson High School has named a new coach. And I'm okay. Again, you're saying he has no ties to Jacksonville.
Not a Jacksonville native.
Does he have ties to Jacksonville?
No.
So wait, that's a question?
Yeah,
That's a question.
That's a
All right,
question.
cool.
I want to know if he was a
want to be
coach
sure.
at UNF.
That's 4 questions. 4 questions in. 20 questions. Name the new basketball coach at Wolfson High School.
Former NBA player. Is he?
Just we'll know the name.
You'll know the name.
Yeah. Is he over 50?
Is he over 50?
Got to look. So we're going to be right in that.
Yep. Because he got to look.
Got to look.
Yes.
He's over 50. Okay. It's 4.
5 questions.
That's 5. I only got 4.
No, that's 5.
Huh.
I asked 3.
He must ask 3. Well, we're screwed then.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. All right, so this is an over 50 former NBA player named head coach yesterday at Wolfson.
Correct.
Okay, I'm going to narrow
Shout out
this down.
Wolfson High School.
Did he play college in the state of Florida?
No.
How does this guy end up
in
here?
Jackson,
He's
at
living
Wolfson.
here. He's an NBA player. Has no ties to the city.
Now, he might have ties to the city, but if he does, none of us know of
Correct.
him.
But it's a name player, so Dan knows the name. He's a 50-year-old NBA player, so that puts him, what? He was playing in the 90s.
Okay.
It could be anyone, bro.
Good.
Should we try to narrow down the position this guy played?
Yeah. Was he a, let's just do that. Was he a guard?
Yes.
Okay. Former NBA guard. Did he play, did he ever play in the state of Florida in the NBA?
That's a good question. I'm going to say, I'm pretty sure it's no. And the answer, oh, yes, he did. He did play in the state of Florida.
Okay. So,
gosh, how does this guy
So it's
end
either
up
Orlando or Miami.
Yeah, and it's got to be somebody he didn't know play, because I'm thinking like I'm trying to age groups, and I'm thinking like Scott Skiles and those guys, but you would know he played for
those,
Orlando,
yeah.
so you wouldn't have to look it up.
That's a good point.
And I'm going to take my time here. So I'm
And
still
he'll
thinking-
know the Heat roster.
All right, so
probably.
did he play for the Magic?
No.
So he played for the Heat.
Play for the Heat.
Okay. It's 9 questions.
Former NBA player, played for
Guard.
the Heat. He's now the coach This is not going to do much. We can't remember any players, any guards from the Heat back in the 80s. That's just going to send to our 90s.
Barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah.
For terms of, I can give you clues and you still, it's
going to be hard to get. Yeah. All right. Did he play college basketball in the SEC?
Yes.
Okay.
Now we're cooking.
Okay. SEC.
Narrow it down, Jeffrey.
All right. Is he African American?
Yes.
Okay.
11 questions.
Okay. So it's SEC. Did he? Okay. Did he play for Kentucky?
No. Good guess.
Jeff, I got one for you.
I'll say this. I'll give you a great clue. You want a great clue?
I'll take clues. I'm not proud.
If you get the school, I think you can get him.
If you get the college.
I would focus on getting the school that he played for. Then I think you can get him. That's my clue. That's a great clue.
So did he play for Auburn?
Yes.
Oh, good hit. Well, Auburn guard back in those days.
Who were the Auburn guards? You had that guy who's from the state of Florida, but I don't remember him playing. He chose Auburn over Florida, but I don't think it's him.
I'd know NBA before the school.
All right, so NBA, Auburn player from the NBA, an Auburn guard. From the I got to go back. So this is like Chuck Person's era.
Right.
Wesley Person. I'm going to go with Wesley Person.
Correct.
Whoa.
Winner! Boom!
Wesley Person. First round pick of the Phoenix Suns. Had his jersey retired by Auburn.
Wesley Person in the house.
11 years in the association, including a stop with the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah.
Traded with Rasheed Wallace to the Hawks for Sharif Abdur-Rahim, Dan Dickow, and Theo Ratliff.
Rasheed Wallace went on to have a glorious one-game Hawk career. Played one game, and then we shipped him off to the next place.
Well, he only played 9 games for the Hawks,
sure.
Wesley.
Wesley 1 year
averaged 15 points a game and has his jersey retired at Auburn.
Wesley Person was a better college player, but Wesley Person's biggest sin is that he's not Chuck Person.
Yeah.
His brother was so good that but 15 points a game in the league is nothing to
sneeze
at. Now give me some why.
I don't know.
We don't know.
I just saw the release yesterday, and I had to double take.
Make sure it was the same Wesley Person.
Same one.
He must be living here for some reason. Maybe
so shout out.
I don't know what his tie is. That's about D. Brown's era. Could they be close? Could they be the same draft class?
Maybe like somebody in his family.
What if his wife's from Jacksonville?
Yeah, wife could be from Jacksonville.
Okay, well, somebody. Guggen's on the text line. Time to send the Warriors out.
Somebody gonna
give me
know.
some Wesley Person intel. Somebody over there at Wolfson knows, and it'll be on the text line by the time we come back from break.
Yeah.
You're listening to The Drill. It's a Beach Roast Plumbing Wednesday.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Brunell.
Hi, I'm Mark Brunell.
On the fade. Touchdown to Jimmy Smith.
You have found the best Jaguars coverage in Jacksonville on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Just when you thought we couldn't bring you more, Keon Atlantic is here with a brand new store. We have the same great team to treat you well. With new savings during our grand opening sale. Keon Atlantic is here with the new store. Shop our best offers and largest selection yet. Save big during our grand opening sale. Is there something for everyone on our lot? You bet. If you're ready to experience something new, the all-new Keon Atlantic is ready for you. Your perfect ride is a visit away. Online at KeonAtlantic.com. Keon Atlantic, your coastal Kia connection.
Enhance your home with Renewal by Anderson's superior craftsmanship and timeless design. Right now, buy 2 windows or patio doors and get the third at 60% off. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. This offer expires May 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Hacker here. Y'all know I needed to do something about my weight. When I saw Matt and Mike eating to lose weight, I figured that could probably work for me. And it did. Just look at me now. If you need a weight loss plan that works, visit awaken180weightloss.com.
Don't buy a diamond at one of those big box corporate jewelers in the town center, at least until you see what Beard's Diamonds can offer. Hick in here for Beard's Diamonds. I'll give you a better price. I'm telling you. Better quality. I'm telling you. You know, and I'll tell you why. They're not beholden to Wall Street. They're beholden to the people of Jacksonville. The Lupos are the owners. They're only locally owned jeweler in the town center. And yeah, Beards has the best diamond selection in the region, right? No middleman prices on hand-picked diamonds, all shapes, all sizes. Top bridal designers, Tacori, Viraggio. Their associates are real diamond experts. They'll teach you how to buy a diamond the smart way, like a dealer buys. Bottom line here is, we're lucky to have Beards here. A refreshing alternative. I'll go back to what I said at the top. Don't buy a diamond until you see what Beards can offer. You get it all. No compromises, highest quality, personal service, no middleman pricing, unbeatable guarantees. It's Beards Diamonds. It's the only locally owned jeweler. The only one in the St. John's Town Center.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
I've been having knee problems for probably 6 months, and my knee was getting worse, and I had heard about Southeast Orthopedics on the radio, and I gave them a call. They got me right in. Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. It was painless, and it's been doing fantastic. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
She's very comfortable talking sports and hanging out with the boys.
Mia O'Brien here, still providing the best multimedia sports coverage in Northeast Florida on 1010XL radio, video, and social channels.
All things Mia are driven by Arlington Toyota.
It's the perfect day. You're just driving along, listening to your favorite music, the windows down. There's a cool breeze. Life is good. But wait, hold on a second. You're not wearing a seatbelt? You'd better put that on before that... Uh-oh, too late. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement, so you'd better buckle up or you will get caught. Sorry to ruin your day. Click it or ticket.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers. T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers, plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us, plus $5 per line without autopay. 10 per bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
Hey, it's Carline here. If you're shopping for a new ride, you've got to check out Atlantic Infinity. Not only do you get a luxury vehicle, you also get the Atlantic Infinity Promise Free with every new car. That's almost $2,500 in added value just for buying smarter, and you don't have to sweat it out on the lot. Shop in their indoor, climate-controlled showrooms. It's cool, comfortable, hassle-free. They're on Atlantic near St. John's Bluff, or browse anytime at AtlanticInfinity.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
They're real good. Bush is real good. All right.
I was just looking at this list.
What do you got? A list?
The Memorial is the Golden Bear Pro-Am is today.
Mm-hmm.
And so what they do for the pros, which is kind of cool, is you play 9 holes with the group. You don't have to play. So you get a pro front 9, like you get Scotty Scheffler on the front 9, and then Aaron Rye comes in. So I'm sure he's got some good jokes.
Okay,
sorry,
cool.
Guys. Scotty's leaving.
Yeah. He doesn't have to leave his glove.
Adam Scott comes in. Tom Hoagie comes in. Sorry, guys. You know.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good one. Patrick Cantlay plays the first 9, then Matt Fitzpatrick. Hey, it's going to get better, guys. You don't have that boring.
That's a good idea get these tour pros off the hook for the full 18.
Right.
Matt Every told me a funny story. I played golf with Matty last week, and he said that, when they were, I don't know how it came up, but we were talking about the concept of pro-ams.
Mm-hmm.
He said the key for every pro and a pro-am is just be the nicest guy in the world for the last 2 holes.
To give him a memory.
Do anything you want all day long. And he wasn't necessarily being a jerk otherwise, but these pros are in a tough spot. They're also trying to get ready for golf tournaments while these things are going. He said, but you can do everything, but give him something to say, that guy was a nice guy. I like that.
But it's in Columbus, so you got Ryan Day, Nick Saban, Peyton Manning, Luke Bryan, Zach Brown, Larry Fitzgerald. So a lot of stars. Chris O'Donnell, Seth Curry, Del Curry. Didn't see Steph.
They got the wrong ones.
Yeah,
right?
He may be playing. I don't know. But
there's the commercial that I was telling you about.
Oh, there's Johnny Depp.
That's the Savage.
That's the one where the 2-year-old looked and said, that dude seems weird.
Okay.
All
right.
Big screen TV.
But anyway, that's going on today up there in Columbus.
All right. People have tried to sell me ET. Now, you tell me if this is true or not. I can find no factual documentation. People are trying to tell me there was a league called the WNBA before Caitlin Clark arrived. Is that true? Was there a WNBA before Caitlin Clark got there?
Yeah, I believe Dina Taurasi played in it. She was good.
All right, I'm going to ask you guys a question. This surprises me. If there were indeed such a league, and I told you a player in the WNBA in the last 6 years, are you ready? In the last 6 years, this young lady has been a WNBA blocks leader one season. She has 3 times won the WNBA rebounding career. She was a WNBA Commissioner Cup champion, a WNBA Commissioner Cup MVP. She has won the WNBA's Most Improved Player Award. She has also won the WNBA's MVP award. She's won an WNBA championship, and she's been a WNBA Finals MVP. So you got it all. She's been she's been the most improved player. She has been a 6-time All First Team WNBA. She's been a WNBA MVP. She's been a Finals MVP, Commissioner's Cup MVP, Commissioner's Cup champion, WNBA champion. So if there indeed was a league called the WNBA, could you guys in 10 guesses tell me who I'm talking about?
I got a guess.
Go ahead. Who's your guess?
Asia Wilson?
Asia Wilson. That sounds like a wonderful guess. She's probably the best player in the league. But no, it's not Asia Wilson.
Okay.
Not Asia Wilson. Again, MVP, comeback or most improved player, 5-time in WNBA champion, Commissioner's champion, NBA Finals champion, NBA Commissioner Cup champion. All these things, MVPs. All right. It's not Asia Wilson. You want to take another guess?
Is it
about a name?
Stewie, right? You want to go Stewie?
Brianna Stewart?
Not Brianna Stewart.
Sabrina?
No, not Sabrina Ionescu. No, sure isn't. No. Would it surprise you when I tell you the person's name that you're not going to know it?
Oh, let me hear it.
I mean, that's not fair. You might know it,
Okay, but yeah.
I'm about to unleash for you a name in a league that they told me existed before Caitlin Clark got here. All this happened, by the way, pre-CC. But I'm about to tell you a player who's been a WNBA champion, a WNBA Finals MVP, a WNBA MVP, a 6-time WNBA All-Star, a 5-time All-WNBA, the most improved player, the WNBA 6th woman. She also won 6th Woman of the Year. She won the NBA Most Improved Player, the 6th Woman of the Year, the MVP, all of these, and her name is... Have you ever heard of Jonquel Jones?
No.
Yeah, and they tell me there was a WNBA before Caitlin Clark. Huh. Funny.
I will say this: there is something to the Caitlin Clark phenomenon in this respect. This Paige Beckers girl is off to a better start than Caitlin Clark was.
Yeah,
and nobody's talking about that. So there's something about Caitlin Clark.
Well, for sure.
And it's not just
is that
Paige Beckers. Last time I checked, correct me,
was a good player,
white lady.
Yeah, she's been busy.
So it's not that. So I don't know. There's something about about Caitlin Clark, the person. So we'll see. But anyway, yeah, she's out for a while anyway, so it is what it is. That's good WNBA talk. I'm going to jump back into
I wasn't really meant to be to be talk.
Okay. Who is? Do you guys know this guy's name? John Frisella.
I do.
Frisella.
CNN Headline Sports. I'm John Frisella.
I don't think that's him.
There's a John Frisella.
NFL writer and insider, NFL draft expert, NBA analyst, MLB author. CFB, I don't know.
Yeah, anyway,
John
it's a journalist guy.
Okay. Well, he ranked all 32 NFL offensive lines. He had Jacksonville 31, Houston 32. Now, is that
offensive line?
Yeah.
Jacksonville what?
31. Houston 32.
Yeah, if it's 31, then Operation Rebuild didn't go well.
No. Yeah, better be better than that.
That's just a thought.
The top one was the Eagles, followed by the Chargers, then the Lions. Those are all known as good offensive lines. I also saw this. I'll ask you guys this question. We do this every year, and I like to do this. The teams that made the playoffs, okay? The teams that made the playoffs. Who has the best chance of not making the playoffs this year?
Okay, I'm going to have to first remind myself who the playoff teams were.
Ravens, Buffalo. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You say no when I hit one. Ravens.
They're back.
Buffalo.
They're back.
Denver.
Nah.
Okay. Detroit.
They're back.
Green Bay.
Nah.
Okay, there's 2. Houston.
Nah.
Kansas City.
They're back.
Chargers.
They're back.
Okay.
Okay, split on that. Rams.
If you're going to tell me they got the best top 3 offensive line and Jim Harbaugh, they'll be okay. I'll say they're back.
All right, Rams.
They're back.
They're back.
Vikings.
Yeah, I don't know that quarterback situation.
Yeah.
Philly.
They're back.
They're back.
Pittsburgh.
No.
Tampa Bay.
They're back.
Washington.
They're back.
They're back, but nah.
Here's an interesting game.
I saw this. I saw Dallas has the 4th worst chance to make the playoffs in the NFC.
Well, here's an
by
interesting
percentage, by whatever FPI, whatever ESPN uses.
This one stuck out to me, and again, kudos because they did it in the playoffs. But from week 12 on, the Commanders took on Cooper Rush, Will Levis, Jake Haener and Spencer Rattler, Kenny Pickett, Michael Penix, and Trey Lance.
Until the playoffs.
And
then they beat some good ones. But yeah.
That's 6 games.
That helped them get hot.
That works out for
I don't trust the Commanders. I don't trust that Jaden Daniels is Lamar Jackson. We do this, and I do it. We all do it. We put these guys in the Hall of Fame after 12 games.
Yeah, we did.
We do it a lot.
Yeah.
He got busy, though.
Look, just last year, buddy, Jordan Love and C.J. Stroud were can't miss, finishing their season strong. They had blown by all the other young quarterbacks. And a year later, is that where they are? Mm-hmm. Or are they just outside the top 10? I mean, it you got to do it consistently over time. We got a guy, Trevor Lawrence, at the end of 22, was everyone's top 5.
Yeah.
He was Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
How's that worked?
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean,
speaking of Trev, I saw a.
And this is, by the way, not a prediction. Jaden Daniels is overrated. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying Washington is a long way from like Super Bowl champion to me.
Speaking of Trev, I saw the top 10 players of the 2021 NFL draft.
Okay.
I think I saw that
in this order. And so their top 10. Now this is debatable, but there's some great players. Number 1 player, top 21 NFL draft, Micah Parsons. Okay.
Yeah.
Just got paid. He's a great player. Number 2, Jamar Chase, Triple Crown winner last year. Great player.
Sure.
Number 3, Penei Sewell.
Great player.
Probably having a Hall of Fame career.
That's a really good draft class.
Parsons, Chase, Sewell,
Oh,
all gold jacket candidates.
You would think.
Number 4, the NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
Patrick
Surtain.
Yeah.
Or is it Surtain? No one really knows, but it doesn't matter.
That's another one.
Number 5, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
That's a really good
draft class loaded.
Number 6, speaking of a great offensive line for the Chargers, Rashawn Slaughter.
Yeah.
Slater.
Slaughter.
Number 7, Creed Humphrey, Kansas City, makes all-pro center every year.
Yeah.
Number 8, Trevor Lawrence.
Not bad.
Good company.
Yeah.
Number 9, Trey Smith, Kansas City Chiefs, offensive lineman.
Yeah.
2 offensive linemen.
Yeah.
And number 10, Philadelphia Eagles, offensive line, Landon Dickerson.
Yeah.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Amon-Ra, not a first-round pick.
4th rounder or something like that.
Creed Humphrey, not a first-round pick.
I don't think so.
Second. That works.
Trey Smith, not a first-round pick. No?
Boy, I don't know. I think some of these guys are.
Okay. Well, check.
But I could be wrong.
And Landon Dickerson, I don't think it was a first-round pick. So 4 of the top 10, not first-round picks. But, boy, there's some great players in that draft. Woo. I just thought that was interesting.
No, it's incredibly interesting.
Yeah.
Trey Smith was a 6th round pick.
6th round, huh?
Yeah. What about Creed Humphrey?
I think he was second, either bottom of the first, like 31 or.
And we know Amon-Ra wasn't, and Landon Dickerson. Those are the 4 that I mentioned. I don't think any of them were first-round picks. That's 4 of the top 10. That's how you get good. You find a guy of that caliber in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th.
Creed Humphreys, 2nd round, 63rd overall.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's.
Yeah, you got to find him there, and that's what the Rams did. That's what the Rams have done.
Yeah.
You know, and so here's hoping that they can that some of that same thing. I was thinking about this earlier when we were talking about the in case you missed it, Devin Lloyd showed up 7th best linebacker in the NFL according to Pro Football Focus, and I started thinking, wouldn't you think that the Jaguars' brain trust with this youth movement and the analytics that would be maybe more in line with PFF's grading than say the old regime? Would that make sense? They would seem to be more PFF-like than Balky, Peterson, than that group. Isn't it strange that PFF has Devin Lloyd rated so high and the Jags didn't even pick up the 5th-year option?
It is interesting.
That's a big disparity. Never mind what we, like our opinion and fan opinion.
Be interesting to see how that plays out. All right, let's do this. 9 o'clock Nasty, Murphy Power Hour. It's all coming up. So a lot to hang out with us for, and we'll do that next right here on The Drill.
Do you know what the secret of life is?
No, what?
One thing. Just one thing.
What's the one thing?
1010XL.
Hey, don't buy a diamond at one of those big box corporate jewelers in the town center until you see what Beard's Diamonds can offer. Hick in here. Beard's Diamonds will give you a better price on a better quality diamond. Beards, they're not beholden to Wall Street. They are beholden to the people of Jacksonville. Why? Because they're the only locally owned jeweler in the town center. Yes, Beards has the best diamond selection in the region. No middleman prices on hand-picked diamonds. All shapes, all sizes. They also have the top bridal designers like Tacori and Versatility. And here's something else. Unlike the others, Beards doesn't have commissioned salespeople. Their experts get paid whether you buy something or not. So no pressure, ever. Their associates are diamond experts. They'll teach you how to buy a diamond the smart way. We're really lucky to have Beards here as a refreshing alternative. You get it all. No compromises, highest quality, personal service, no middleman pricing, and unbeatable guarantees. Beards Diamonds, the only locally owned jeweler. They're at the St. John's Town Center.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
He's not Pistol Pete. He's Pete Prisco.
Been on the wanted list almost 20 years.
CBS Sports senior NFL writer Pete Prisco joins the Franchi Show Friday afternoons on 1010XL. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles.
Got a leaky faucet? AC blowing hot air? No worries. DuckDuckRooter has your back. Call 904-862-6769 or visit DuckDuckRooter.com. DuckDuckRooter, plumbing, septic, AC, and a whole lot of quacking good service.
Hey, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years older, you just got married, you just got divorced, you have children, you got to take care of your family. Of course you do, man. That's why I'm here to tell you about Matt Hinson and Hinson Law Firm. Matt's the attorney, not me, but we both want to know, have you done your last will? Oh, man, I want to do it. Yeah. Get it out of the way. Get it taken care of. Get your assets to the people that you choose if something should happen. Planning also helps to minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Matt Hinson's your guy. He'll listen. He'll help you with your decisions. He'll provide you info needed so you're at ease with all the choices that you have to make. It's the Hinson Law Firm. You got questions, reach out to Maddie. 527-1700, 904-527-1700. Offices are Jacksonville, Florida. Gang! Don't let the state decide your fate.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Come in, Linda. Over.
We've got a sea of new vehicles and they're priced so low they're rocking the boat. Come check out our biggest selection of inventory with prices that don't break the bank and our wow ya experience that will ensure smooth sailing for your next car purchase. Plus, take advantage of our peace of mind warranties, transparent pricing to provide you with a peace of mind. You better beat the surge and head to the all-new Beaver Toyota or Chevrolet for the car buying experience you deserve.
Prosser here. Get those boats ready for the Dailies Old School Kingfish Shootout presented by Yellowfin. It's Saturday, June 14th in St. Augustine. The entry fee, only $250 if you register by May 31st at oldschoolkingfish.com. The grand prize, a Yellowfin bay boat worth $125,000 and with limited boundaries, no bait buying, and no checkout. It is seriously old school. That's why it's the Old School Kingfish Shootout. A reason this is one of the most popular fishing tournaments. Go to oldschoolkingfish.com.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Are your monthly bills keeping you up at night, wondering how you got so behind? Hey, I'm Roger Moore, CEO of Loan Pronto. I get it. Life is expensive now. Insurance, groceries, cars. And then there's the credit card debt with those obscene interest rates. It's time to regain your financial freedom. And that's what we offer at Loan Pronto, using the power of the equity in your home. We have multiple ways to get you the cash you need, and most clients close in 2 weeks or less, and many don't even require an appraisal. And listen, rates have been plummeting recently. We just locked the homeowner in with an APR in the low fives, saving her over $1,000 per month, and put $10,000 in her pocket. Life-changing money. Whether you're drowning in debt, have a nosebleed rate you got last year, need home improvements, or simply need cash in your pocket, we can help you accomplish this goal in record time. Call us today and get started with no hard credit pull, just a conversation. LoanPronto.com, 904-999-1508. LoanPronto.com. That's LoanPronto.com.
Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hey, Hick, and here, so much of what makes us a family takes place in our homes. That's where Zero Res comes in. I love Zero Res, and this month get Zero Resified from Jacksonville's #1 carpet and air duct cleaner with May Mayhem. A 3-room special starting at $149 plus the 4th room is free. You owe it to yourself and your family to breathe healthy, happy, and clean. Call Zero Res 28757 or go online at zeroresjacksonville.com and say you want the Hicken special. Zero Res, spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res. Mia here for my friends at Closets by Design. It's been a few months since they built my custom closet. Even my family is obsessed. And with Father's Day right around the corner, why not surprise Dad with his own custom garage workspace? Tool storage, workbenches, the whole works. Closets by Design creates custom solutions for every space, lifestyle, and budget. That includes Dad's. Call to schedule your free in-home consultation and receive 40% off plus an additional 15% off. Visit closetsbydesign.com. I'm Stacy, and I want to tell you about my fogged up window fiasco at my house. I called up Mac at Baker Glass. He told me all I needed was a glass replacement. The process was so easy. All within a few days, they came out, measured, called me with an estimate, cut my glass, and came out to install the new ones. Now my view outside is fog-free thanks to Mac and his crew at Baker Glass. And my neighbors think I got some fancy new windows.
I'm Mac with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
You've got a lot on your plate. The last thing you need is car trouble. At Maxie's Mechanics, we help you keep your cars, trucks, and SUVs running safely. Visit MaxieAutoRepair.com today for honest service, reliable repairs, and peace of mind for you and your family.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update brought to you by Chad and Sandy Real Estate. It's no secret that Travis Hunter is a versatile athlete. In college, he rarely came off the field and was a hot commodity going into the draft because of his ability to play both sides of the ball at an elite level. Now in the NFL, Hunter looks to be one of the first players to start the games on both sides of the ball. Jags defensive coordinator Anthony Campanile spoke on sharing reps with Hunter and how they plan to manage it.
You know what? I mean, honestly, I've coached in high school, college, and pro, so I feel like I've done that a lot. So he's a special guy because he's really, really a bright guy. I know you guys have gotten the opportunity to meet him. You know, all the coaches, everybody's been really impressed with his ability to retain the information. He's been out here with us, obviously, on defense, and I know he's on offense today. But he's done a great job with that, and I can't imagine another guy being any better suited to handle that. Travis is really certainly suited to do that.
It's 80 degrees at 9:02 time in temp, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I'm fed, feeling X-rated. It's Mr. Nasty time. Oh, Mr. Nasty time. Mr. Nasty time.
It's time. Now, it's time for the 9 o'clock nasty on the drill.
We're wasting time.
Here are Jeff Prosser, Dan Hicken, and E.T.
All right, we're coming back right in trivia mode because we've been doing it all day. I like this. This is an impact list. I don't know if you've seen this yet. I imagine you haven't. E.T. sent us something. Did you open this up at all? Give me pop quiz music. You can't play because you are the originator of the list.
It's all good.
I have the top 12 players in the NFL last year, non-QBs, most responsible for their team's touchdowns.
Okay.
So touchdown percentage. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Brian Thomas Jr. is in the top 12.
Okay.
He's number 7. He had 31% of Jacksonville's touchdowns last year.
I got you.
So I need the other 11 players who had the highest percentage of their team's touchdowns. If I had one guidepost of a hint to give you, don't overthink it.
904.
There's no wild card on this. It's just a matter of choosing those 12 ultra productive players. Percentage of teams' touchdowns. Brian Thomas Jr., number 7, 31% of the Jaguars' touchdowns last year. Okay. I will give you the realm, the range. Number 1 had 43% of his team's touchdowns last year.
So it's throwing, running, whatever.
Non-quarterback catches.
Non-quarterback.
Yeah, non-quarterback.
Yeah,
Your team's touchdowns scored, which the player who had the highest percentage of his teams. There are some surprises on here is why I do it. But the high mark was 43%. This player scored 43% of his team's touchdowns. The low mark, 28%.
I feel like the high mark, that's Jeff's boy. Like Jeff mentions him.
Yeah, I do mention him a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you one other clue, and it's a big one. Other than Brian Thomas Jr., only one other of the top 12 is a receiver. And that's a big clue.
Well, yeah, that is, because I know that, my first guess, one of my guesses would have been the Triple Crown winner,
and
right?
and he's, don't overthink it.
Yeah.
He's 5th, 31%.
Okay. He won, I don't know how many touchdowns he had.
It's the same as, but it's the same as Brian Thomas Jr., 31%. Not the number, but the percentage is the same, 31%.
I would guess, I know that Saquon had a bunch of touchdowns.
Saquon is at the bottom, 28% of the Eagles' touchdowns.
Yep, he's
Saquon
12.
Barkley, he's 12.
I think our guy, the Bulldozer, had a bunch of touchdowns for Baltimore.
Just making the list, 29%, Derrick Henry.
Oh, boy.
Tied for 10.
Oh, boy.
There are some surprises that you won't get, and you'll be surprised, too, I think, at the top 4. I think maybe you can get all of that. This is not the top 4 I would have dreamed up.
Okay. You better sit down, Murph. I need some help. We're trying to get guys who accounted
Murphy in the house for the
non-quarterbacks.
Power Hour. Non-quarterbacks
who accounted for the highest percentage of touchdowns for their team. So, in other words, I'm guessing there are some crummy teams that guys scored a bunch of touchdowns. But I'm, boy, that's a tough one.
I wouldn't. That would be a bad guess. One more clue while we're at it. Every team on this list, but 2 were playoff teams.
Okay.
And Brian Thomas Jr. is one of those that was not a playoff team. There's only one other non-playoff player on this list.
Okay.
And you would know, by the way, except for Chase.
Well,
but of the running backs,
and they're all running backs now.
Yeah, that's what we got left. 10 running backs left.
What about Jahmyr Gibbs?
Jahmyr Gibbs, 29% of his team's touchdowns. He's tie for 9.
Oh, he's in there.
He is 29%.
Okay.
It's the surprises that'll get. There's a couple that I don't think you'll get, but I could be wrong.
I think you're right.
Number 1, 43% of his team's touchdowns.
Kyron Williams
of the Rams.
All right, here we go. Wakey.
See, I need my fantasy.
Here we come.
Yeah,
Here's a fantasy.
The fantasy football helps more than not. 43% for Kyron Williams, number 1.
How many touchdowns did Kyron Williams have last year?
I don't know. I'd have to look.
All right.
I'm just going by percent. A lot, though. He scored every week.
Okay.
So he probably had 18.
All right. So...
Are we thinking
there's some
after Joe Mixon?
Joe Mixon is number 4.
Here we go. We're coming.
34% of his team's touchdowns.
Murph bringing it right off the rip. What about
2 and 3 are very surprising to me. 2 and 3, 38% and 35%. I'm shocked,
Is there any
especially
chance-
because that's a team that I felt like a lot of guys scored, but maybe not.
Did Cook get some touchdowns in Buffalo? Fantasy guy?
Non-quarterback, yeah. Would it? Yeah.
T10, James Cook, 29%.
Okay. All right.
Kyron had 14 touchdowns.
29%.
14. Okay. Where? How many have we gotten?
You got Kyron Williams. You
Aaron
got Joe
Jones.
Mixon.
Aaron Jones and Green
we
Bay.
got 10 running. Forget the receivers. I've already told you, Chase and Thomas. So you've gotten. I tell you what, I've gotten a frozen computer screen, but you've gotten Kyron Williams,
Gibbs.
You got Joe Mixon. You got Jahmyr Gibbs. You got James Cook, and you got Saquon Barkley, and you got Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
so
seven.
You're missing 3, 4.
You said it was 12.
You've gotten 6. Kyron Williams.
I think I counted 7.
Joe Mixon. Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah.
James Cook.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry. Saquon Barkley.
Okay.
Do you think about maybe Aaron Jones in Green Bay?
He wasn't in Green Bay, was he?
Was he?
When he in
Where is he? Oh, he's in
Minnesota?
Minnesota. Sorry. Oh my goodness.
But did he account for a lot of touchdowns? Because they were a
now
playoff
I'm wondering who is the running back in Green Bay now this year.
That's a bad.
Don't go down that path.
Well, no, you lose fantasy football points for asking that question. Keep that one, don't say the quiet part out loud until your brain gets there.
But Murph, keep asking that question.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Always Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, and he's on.
Josh Jacobs, you go Hummer Schmidt.
31%, same as Brian Thomas and Jamar Chase.
All right, I'll take credit for Green Bay running back.
There you
Just
go.
mix the names up.
You guys, so you're missing now 2, 3, and 8.
Like Pittsburgh
2, 3,
was
and
a
8.
playoff team.
And by the
Najee
way,
score or no?
these would be.
No? Okay.
Here's what's interesting, and this part of the reason I ask. You've gotten a lot. Almost, you're missing 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Right. So that was surprising. And 2, 3, and 8 are definitely the 3 that would have been the hardest to come up with.
Kansas City, no.
No.
Don't you agree with that?
What about
East?
what about Denver?
Oh, Lord, who got him for him? Because it wasn't Javonte Williams.
Okay, and then don't go there. What about? I'm just thinking playoff teams is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well.
Actually,
no, it wasn't.
2 of. Actually, I misspoke on. I put my guy in the playoffs. So whether 2 of these 3 are non-playoff players.
Oh, okay.
Only one of them went to the playoffs.
Okay.
Number 2 scored 38% of his team's touchdowns, not in the playoffs. Number 3 scored 35% of his team's touchdowns in the playoffs. And then number 8 scored 30% of his team's touchdowns, not in the playoffs.
Did Breece Hall score some touchdowns last year for the Jets?
Yeah. What about Bijan?
Bijan is number 2, 38%. And that surprised me because Drake London scored. Kyle Pitts scored. The Allgaier scored. I'm surprised that Bijan had that high a percentage.
Okay. Good one.
All right, so you're missing now 3 and 8. Bijan, one of the 2,
What
not
about
a player.
Tampa?
It would be either Bucky or the pass catcher. I was thinking the Carolina running back.
Okay.
What was his?
The Oklahoma State kid, Chuba
Hubbard.
Chuba Hubbard.
All right, and the game ends. Chuba Hubbard is not. I don't know where his percentage is. All right, let me get this guy. Man, is a touchdown scorer, but again, he plays on a team that scores a lot of touchdowns. The fact that he has 35% of them surprises me. He's a running back in the state of Florida.
Achane.
Yeah. I would have got that 2 years ago. I felt like he wasn't as prolific last year, but he must have been.
He's about to go stiff in the fantasy draft, so I should have.
All right, and then this guy, number 8, is another non-playoff. He plays in the AFC South.
AFC South guy?
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor, who really came on the second half of last year. So a little fun with numbers there.
Were you watching Murph's here? Murph Power, brought to you by our friends at ITB Partners. Were you watching early the Soto Nimmo base running blunder? Did you happen to see that?
Oh, were they past each other?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see it live, but
all right. So Soto hits one in the gap. Your buddy Michael A. Taylor, 12-year veteran, by the way, unbelievable. Short hops it.
Yeah.
You could tell he short hopped it, but if you're Brandon Nimmo, you're hauling around. You're what do? You slow up at second base.
Yeah, you kind of push it all the way as far as this is where I tell the kids you push it as far as you can go without thinking you're going to get doubled up.
Right. So he goes. So he's not seeing the play. He said after the game, I heard the reaction of the crowd. Mm-hmm. It told me that he caught it.
Yeah.
Which was wrong.
Yes.
He turns, hauls A back, runs past Soto. My question is, why doesn't Soto get a hit for that?
I saw that on the X. Why didn't he get a knock? Because I guess it ends up being a fielder's choice, right? Or no. What is the ruling on that?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
I don't know.
But if I'm Soto, I'm like, what the hell, man?
Well, because we also
Can I get a break?
We saw a strange one with the Mets where they did obstruction by Muncy.
Yes.
He should. So if anyone's familiar, so this is what Max Muncy was doing is not a record. Not all infielders, but I used to walk in front of the base runner while the ball was being caught. But the key word is walk, not stand.
Okay.
So what you do is you time it to where you walk right in their eye line sight, right as the ball's getting caught, and you just keep on walking forward.
Okay.
Don't go and stand and be obvious about it.
Okay.
So, and then I was wondering because that's a rule, that's a call I've never seen before. Obstruction that way. I've seen it with base runners like running around, but not one with the fielder.
Yeah. It's always something in a baseball game, isn't there?
Yeah,
it's just amazing.
We had a appeal play we needed to do a couple weeks ago with the Blue Claws, and I screwed the pooch on it.
Did you?
Yeah. The runner for the other team was at second base. He went running by third, touched it, and then just after about 5 feet, just ran straight back to second. And I was like, well, he didn't do that. I go tag him.
Yeah,
just tag him. So, of course, as we're tagging him, the skipper for the other team, God love him, sends the runner home who's at third base already. So we get dinged there. Umpires didn't see the call, and we're supposed to appeal it, I think. So we got nothing out of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Except a lesson learned, which is let the play die and appeal it.
Probably can't appeal an 8-year-old, midsummer game.
I'm like, just tag his buns. Like, you saw him whiff on third base. Like, just tag him. But no love, no joy.
Umpire says, I got Murphy tonight, huh?
Murph, I put on a couple of shows.
I like that. Yeah. I like that.
I literally kicked the bucket one time.
Kicked the bucket. Yeah. Literally kicked the bucket.
This is my favorite coaching moment. This is great. And this little kid, man, I love him still. Kyle, I forget his last name.
Van Noy.
So we had trailed the whole game. I'm coaching. I think our guys are. I think this is 9. This is probably 9 and 10, and we're mostly 9. But we're pitching, and we fall behind in a game. I don't know, 6-1. We get to the last inning. We get a rally going. The other pitcher gets wild, and he's just walking them one after the other. So I go to I got a good, pretty heady little ball player. He's my first baseman, a little lefty. I'm like part baseball coach and part behavior deterrent. His dad uses me to, every time he has a bad grade. I hate that part of it. All right, so anyway, so he is there, and I go up to him, and he's like I said, he's pretty smart. Usually kids look at so you can see sometimes that look. You see the recognition, right? Mm-hmm. So I go up, talk to him. Okay, he's 6'5". We got 2 right, 2 out. Here we go. Well, we're going to take what we can get here. All right, Kyle, this guy ain't throwing a strike in 15 pitches, so we're not swinging anything until we see a strike, right? I swear I hadn't got back in the third base, and I had been sitting on a bucket of balls at some point. I had got back in the third base coaching box, and kid goes into the line. He goes to pitch. Ball's about 2 feet higher than head level. My man, whoosh, just takes a wild swing at it. And I kicked what I thought was an empty ball bucket.
Oh, no.
It was actually full of baseballs. So, Coach kicked the bucket. Balls are everywhere. The umpire's laughing at me. I mean,
well, it's just more in the moment.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Good night. 6'5". That was it. I mean, he's swinging at the next 2. That kid could have thrown him over the backstop.
I just got a phone call, gentlemen, from Glenn Cohen, and he wanted me to ask y'all this. Right now, who would y'all rather have? Would y'all rather have Max Fried, Cody Bellinger, and Paul Goldschmidt, or Juan Soto?
Tell that Yankee-loving Glenn Cohen.
That's basically the problem with that question. That's basically would you rather have Fried or Soto? That's that question.
Yeah.
Who was the third?
Bellinger and Goldschmidt and Goldie.
Yeah, those guys.
And it's not that all 3 of the Yankees did great in free agency. Those guys are playing awesome.
To their point, that's a good backup player.
Yeah.
It's just as good as Soto for them.
Yeah. I just like it more that if you have the one great player, you still have roster spots available to make your team even better than the other 3
And the Yankees also had a luxury that most teams never have, and they got Judge sitting there the whole time. There are not many that can let Soto go and feel as minimal an impact as the Yankees are going to.
Just understand, and this is just me, the Met fan, you love revisionist history. You wanted them just as badly as we wanted them. We won. Swallow your medicine. Great plan B. Now shut up. Don't worry about the Mets. Just focus on your own team.
Yeah,
this is the drill. We got the Murphy power.
My team sucks, so y'all do whatever you want.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Tom McManus.
So what's he like?
Big, tall, shoulders like an ox, has the strength of 10 men.
Fridays on Jaguars Today.
Oh, it's me, all right.
On 1010XL.
Jacksonville, Kia on Atlantic is open for business and the place to be this Friday. Taylor Dahl here from Helmets and Heels. Come see us broadcast from noon to 2 on Friday. Talking cars and incredible prizes. The first person to arrive in your own Kia during the live show wins a free set of tires. You can score club seats to a Jaguars game with a parking pass or tickets to see live and Collective Soul at Daly's Place. And they're giving away 2 free oil changes and 2 alignments. Off Atlantic near Kernan, noon to 2 at the new Kia on Atlantic.
When it comes to your utility bill, JEA wants to help you use less so you can save more. We offer a variety of free programs, like efficiency and irrigation assessments that'll teach you ways to conserve energy and water around your home. Our alerts will let you know when your utility usage has reached a set amount, and our rebates can help you save when upgrading to more efficient appliances and equipment. Find even more ways to save at JEA.com.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Hey, imagine having a doctor available to you any day, anytime. That's my doctor, Rick Townsend. He said, Hick, I'm going into concierge medicine. I said, Doc, what's concierge medicine? He said, look, you don't feel well? You come in and see me right away. You know, sometimes with regular doctoring, you know, you can't get in until the week after. You have a medical emergency? Here's Doc T's personal phone number. Call immediately. He'll call you right back or immediately answer and help you. It's like being a member of an exclusive golf club. But I'm telling you, gang, you need to check out the cost. It'll surprise you. It's like, I need a refill on a prescription. I call Michelle at the office. I get the refill on the prescription via Doc T. He's one of the best. He's Navy trained, graduated from Wake Forest. Yearly physicals, officer virtual visits, cancer screenings, referrals to specialists, hospital follow-ups. Doc T will take care of you. Find out more information at mypvconcierge.com. That's mypvconcierge.com.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Warm weather means the beach, fishing, golf, and more. Make sure to drop into Daly's and grab a cold case to go. From Bud Light to their seltzer, from Mick Ultra to Modelo, or your favorite crafts like Old City or Sweetwater. Grab and go at your local Daly's.
One man, one hammer. One place to hear it drop. Hammer Time with Hayes, weekdays on The Frangie Show.
Driven by Southside Kia. Online at SouthsideKiaJacks.com on 1010XL.
Prosser here. It's a great time to sell your home, and I got just the people to sell it for you. Spring selling season is here. Rates are down. Activity's up. Now's the best time in years to sell your home. Some homes are sitting on the market, though. Hiring an expert who can maximize your equity and minimize your hassle, that's the key. And I've been telling you who those experts are. Are you listening? I recommend Chad and Sandy Newman. Go to chadandsandy.com, the local real estate experts you can trust with the sale of your home. No required costly repairs. Pick your move date. There are no long-term contracts, and you can cancel at any time. So whatever problems you think you have, I've got you this promise. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. There you go. Simple as that. Christopher on Anastasia Island. My home was too big for my needs. I wanted someplace smaller and easier to manage. I got multiple offers and sold in 3 days with Chad and Sandy. You can too at chadandsandy.com or 904-414-6200.
Hi, I'm Karen, owner of Clay Solar Installation Partners, your local woman-owned solar company. Did you hear? JEA is raising rates again. With summer right around the corner, those power bills are only going to go up. But with solar, you can take control of energy costs and say goodbye to rising rates. At Clay Solar, we make switching easy and affordable. Stop paying more for power and own it. Visit claysolar.com to schedule a consultation today.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
Jason, I don't see how a new air conditioner is going to work out for me.
Well, you like air conditioning, right?
Oh, yeah, totally. But A new air conditioner could be expensive.
Well, not if you...
I mean, to save up the money, I probably have to give up my extra hot skim latte every morning. Now I fall asleep during a staff meeting, get volunteered for the summer picnic committee, and end up sitting in the dunk tank all afternoon getting water up my nose.
Okay, look at it this way. Put on these sunglasses. Whoa. Bueller Air and Plumbing puts in a new AC. We hook you up with affordable financing, and you stay cool and comfortable for just $149 a month. Cool?
Cool. I see it now.
Life can be hard on your budget. If you suffer through the heat because of a broken AC you could totally afford to replace, you could visit.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
David here with Royal Pest Services. Man, don't let your yard be torn up by that heavy aeration machine this spring. Visit RoyalPestServices.com to learn more about our granular aeration, broadcast throughout the tree and shrubs to break up that compacted soil. Visit RoyalPestServices.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Welcome to the Daniel Murphy Power Hour.
Meet the Mets. Meet the Mets.
That ball's well hit to right. I mean, really well hit to right. That ball is gone. Daniel Murphy has struck again. Daniel Murphy has homered for the 5th straight postseason game.
Presented by ITP Partners on 1010XL.
I made the trek to NYC. I got a little Met game in at Citi Field, a nice victory. Soto had a big hit. I was happy, despite what the Yankee fans think. I got my steak sandwich, which was good. I get my steak sandwich. I'm always happy. And so, and the Metropolitans are playing okay. The pitching has been unbelievable. The hitting has been a disappointment.
Yeah, it's almost to be.
I won't show you, but if I read my son's and mine text line during the games, when you're losing to the White Sox and Adrian freaking Hauser 1-0.
Revenge game.
Yes. Through the whole game. He was with the Mets a year ago, and the Mets have a history we always call Met killers of a former Met who wasn't very good going to another club and killing us. You killed us, but you were good. But there's a history there with the Mets. Butch Henry, as far back to Butch Henry. I don't know if you remember that name, Pross. For the Astros. He was a Met killer. So these guys, but a 1-0 game.
Like Butch Henry had a big 70s mustache.
We can't score a run. But in
Butch
fairness,
Henry look like Jim Bibby, kind of?
I don't know. In fairness, the good teams eke out wins when they have to, whatever. And that's what the Mets have been able to do while, Prosser's Braves can't.
Were you on teams that put like slogans in the locker room, like Coughlin would do it? We have one here, play like a champion, because the Braves have one. Says, if you hit, don't pitch. If you pitch, don't hit. That's what we do. That's the goal this year.
Ill-time
to be as timid and meek and
I got a guy
and loserish as you can. Be the sissies that you are, Braves. Don't pretend you're anything more. Be the impotent, lay down, leave them stranded bunch of beta boys that you are. So just continue along your path. Go 6 or 8 under. Those checks won't bounce this offseason. You'll have a lovely time during the offseason playing winter ball or whatever it is that y'all do, because you're just a bunch of daggum sissies. You're just a bunch of don't care, no heart. I'm back. I'm back on. I'm off. I'm giving them up. I won't watch again.
I got a guy last night. Tell me what you think of this situation. 4
innings, 8 runners left. Is that good?
Oof. Good to
Your
get
pitcher's throwing a one-hitter. He gives up 1 run in 5 innings. You can't score a run? One of you with runners on base can't be man enough to put the bat on the ball. Nope, losers, buddy. And they're all gone. We had this conversation. Everybody responsible for winning that title, every man-up moment was by guys not on this team. And Braves fans and the ones in the locker room don't seem to recognize that yet. It's a problem.
So Spencer Strider's warming up last night, and he's in the bullpen. You know where the bullpen is in
Philly,
in the certain stadiums in Philadelphia, and the fans are heckling him.
Yeah,
right, which is what fans do.
Not a record.
And so I got this other guy, this Philly guy, and he's videotaping, and they got some. I don't know. I don't think it was like a yellow shirt security. I don't know what it is, and he's having fans getting moved. And this guy's losing his mind. I can't believe it. You can't do that. He can say what he wants. Look at this. This guy's... And there was a coach in there. I don't know the Braves coach.
Russ Granick, I think, the pitching coach.
Yeah.
Or maybe the bullpen coach.
Is he
I don't know.
heavy guy.
It's a sissy move.
But it's
ridiculous.
Did you hear about
this
it?
Sums up what? Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants guys removed from the bullpen because they're hassling his pitcher.
Yeah.
You loser. Where's your apron, boss?
Oh, you can't do
Go
that,
make
right?
some cookies, dude. Get
Yeah.
out of here.
I mean, you gotta
that's
deal
why
with-
you lose 2-0 because that's your leadership.
Yeah.
Oh, don't scream at our guy. What a jackass. Fire him today.
And focusing on the wrong part of the game.
Man, I'd like to manage the Braves for the rest of the year. It'd be one hell of a year. They'd have fun with me in Atlanta media. We're going to tell it like it is. We're going to do it. Every damn one of y'all. You're playing for your job today.
So, Met fans have not turned on Soto yet. I got that at Citi Field. I wanted to, and
he's still coming through in spots. Like he hits the sac fly the other day.
Right.
You know what he did? Sorry to interrupt
No,
you.
no,
I've been watching his at bats and like the at bats that you're paying him to win. Like he
He's
got a
coming
leadoff
through.
walk
Yeah.
to get an inning started that I think he scored. He gets the sac fly and then he sprinkles in the walks.
Well,
in
Saturday
between.
he had the double, just missed a grand slam and drove in.
So like the ABs, you're paying him to really win. He seems to still be winning them.
So, as I tell you, fans in the back and forth on the text line from my oldest son, bleep you, Soto. I'm over at LMAO. Check swing. Bleeping dipping into the 220s. Literal ass bad. And then the younger one said, wait a minute. What about the 109.9 doesn't get credited with a hit because Nimmo passes on the bases. 99.5 MPH fly out. 106 mile per hour ground out. He's 0 for 3. I don't GA. Whippy, hit the ball hard in the ground. Don't care. Bleep them until further notice. I'm done. That's what we fans
Brooksy
do.
knows there's no hits on the ground. He knows. He knows.
But I love but they have supported him thus far, and he is hitting like 230 with.
No, it's not. It's and then
228.
in comparison to just what he's been and what
Yes.
he was last year with the transition. So
I got to say, man, I mean, I know we're going to write off he just played in New York. That doesn't make sense, but Juan Soto's never played 50 games and hit 228 in his life.
Yeah, you're
so I mean,
right.
y'all are giving me positive at bats, and that's not why you go pay $1 trillion to advance a runner. I mean,
You're
this
like
guy's
Drew.
right. I'm not ready to get. But that's so. What? Why? Can we come up with again? It distresses me that now with the biggest contract ever, this is literally the worst 50-game stretch you've ever had since you were born.
Yeah. Well, it's part of
what leads to it. Why is he hitting 228? I mean, it's not all bad luck. It doesn't seem like.
But there is some bad luck.
Yeah,
but he's taking more. Again, I don't watch him as you've seen him.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to me he's taking more strikes than he's ever taken. Now, I know he has a great eye.
Yeah.
But he's taking like middle ones, and
Yeah,
I'm like, bro,
one's right down the alley.
the straight ones that you tell me, straight or move, and it's straight right down the middle, and I'm like, deposit that into the seats,
It
friend.
does seem like he's had more predetermined takes early in the count, and then he's getting behind. And
Yes.
you can obviously tell, like with the 50-game stretch that Jeff was talking about, he's not feeling as good as he has maybe ever in his career.
Right.
I know he had a stretch in San Diego that wasn't great, but so now you get behind 0-1 and you feel like you're chasing a little bit, not the ball, but like the at bat. You're trying to play catch up.
The numbers tell you that.
Yeah.
Oh, the fight for the strike zone, as you've referred
and then the
to.
pitchers start going to work on you. They get a chance to go for kill or work to the edges, and they still get paid as well.
He took on the hit against the Dodgers on Saturday night with the bases are loaded, and I don't know if it was, I think it might have been 2 outs. I'm not sure. And he got down in the count, and he had 2 strikes on him, and Gonsolin threw a curveball that he took that was, I mean, I don't know how he took it.
Right.
But he took it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a ball. It was close, but it was a ball. And then he smoked one.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as he hit the fastball, Gonsolin just dropped his head. He knew. But that take that's the Soto.
That's what you've been expecting.
Yeah.
And what Juan does is that take and swinging the bat like that is what he just ends up doing. You've seen over at bat after at bat and just kind of leans on the pitcher. It's suffocating. But then I saw an at bat earlier, it might have been the check swing that Brooksy was talking about. Like it was a check swing and a positive count, if I'm not mistaken. It was like 3-1.
Okay.
And it looked like he just called a hit and run on himself a little bit to try to get to some power.
Right.
Because that's what I would do. The easiest way for me to get to power was to do it to the pull side.
Okay.
And so if I got ahead in the count, I would just kind of assume you're going to throw it somewhere around the strike zone. I'm going to call a hit and run on myself. Because I'm swinging. And I'll
good.
sort it on the way there. Okay. I'll just figure it out as I'm swinging and try to get this thing to right center because those are my doubles.
Right.
But you pay Juan because he doesn't have to work that way.
Right.
He doesn't have to sell out as early
Right.
and end up making decisions that aren't as good.
Right.
That's why I would swing at everything.
Okay.
All right, if you're looking for a everything will be okay stat, there I found ironically, it's almost the same, but when he first joined San Diego at the end of the 2022 season, he played 52 games for the Padres.
Uh-huh.
And kind of similar, hit 236, 6 homers, 16 RBIs.
Yeah.
Right now, 228, 8 homers, 25 RBIs. His WAR in that 52 games was 1.8. His WAR in this 54 is only 1.6. So he's
we watched
significantly below. But here's another reality. He's coming off a career year. A year ago, it was his best year ever as a pro. I'll ask you guys a question. Juan Soto's in his 8th year. How many home runs does he have? Career.
2.
Yeah, I was going to say
20.
I was going to say 200.
Yeah, it's only 209. That seems low to me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Eight times 25.
I thought he was more of a power hitter.
To me, he's a 30 home run
He has
guy,
a 40,
right?
But 20. These are his numbers.
Yeah.
And most of these are, some might not be full years. 22, 34, 13, 29, 21, 6. That's a half a year.
Yeah, it's
35, 41. The last 2 years he's hit 76. So you would be expecting 36 to 40 homers this year.
I think 30
That's fair.
homers, and then the short season gets him. I did 8 times 25, but then I forgot about the short season as well.
Yeah, he did have the 2020 season. That's true. 47 games that year was a. You look at a bunch of different. So WAR is pretty genuine. Can make sure that you're not focusing too much on batting average. It will incorporate some of these quote good at bats you're talking about. His WAR's, it's 1.6. You play 3 more, that'd be what 4.8 for the year.
Which is
it's
just
not terrible.
slide-
It's about an average for him.
That's all-star level.
He had 2 sevens, but other than that, his WAR 3, 4, 7, 2, 1, 3, 8.
He gets dinged for his defense.
Yes.
He kind of, God love him, runs in place.
Is there any concern too that
He
with
does.
Juan Soto with a guy like that you do wake up and you realize he's 38 not 31 and so some diminishing returns, that's kind of part of that Latin cliche at least if it's not accurate. Did you play with guys that you knew were older than they said?
Yeah.
Did they told you or you just knew because you knew?
You just know.
Okay.
You just know.
How much of a difference? A year or 2 or 3 or 4?
I'd say 2 to 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can think of a couple of candidates, but
I was oblivious to everything, but some things you're like can't.
You're
unhear
23?
that. Yeah.
Well, the problem is
Prove it.
it's not now. It's when Soto was allegedly 19 and he looked like he was 30. I remember Joe Simpson got in a little bit of a little trouble for claiming
take a break.
that the Nats were miss.
Grab a break and return
Representing.
for home with the Murphy Power Hour, brought to you by ITB Partners next right here on The Drill.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. High school, college, and pro.
As good as it gets.
Your home for the most play-by-play is 1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Come in, Linda. Over.
We've got a sea of new vehicles and they're priced so low they're rocking the boat. Come check out our biggest selection of inventory with prices that don't break the bank and our wow ya experience that will ensure smooth sailing for your next car purchase. Plus, take advantage of our peace of mind warranties, transparent pricing to provide you with a peace of mind. You better beat the surge and head to the all-new Beaver Toyota or Chevrolet for the car buying experience you deserve.
Prosser here. Get those boats ready for the Dailies Old School Kingfish Shootout presented by Yellowfin. It's Saturday, June 14th in St. Augustine. The entry fee, only $250 if you register by May 31st at oldschoolkingfish.com. The grand prize, a Yellowfin Bay boat worth $125,000 and with limited boundaries, no bait buying, and no checkout. It is seriously old school. That's why it's the Old School Kingfish Shootout. A reason this is one of the most popular fishing tournaments. Go to oldschoolkingfish.com.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Get this thing unwrapped here.
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Dailies Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Dailies Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it," and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you
you are, there is a Daily Stash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daily Stash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Hi, folks. It's Frank Frangie. Look, when it comes to glass needs around the home, there's one name I trust, Lee and Kate's Glass. Those beautiful custom glass shower enclosures, maybe a new mirror, a glass tabletop. They can even replace your foggy or cracked glass without having to replace the whole window. Lee and Kate's is local. They're family-owned. They've been a part of our community since 1926. Boy, they've taken care of me, including our brand new offices at Walk-Off Charities. They did a great job. I promise they'll do the same for you. Visit leeandkatesglass.com.
This is Greg McGarity, President and CEO of the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl. I'm here to share that the Gator Bowl is actually a year-round organization. We're known for the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl football game, which has been a Jacksonville staple for more than 80 years. Off the football field, the Gator Bowl has also hosted the annual Florida State baseball game, a champion of local youth through Gator Bowl charities, and a strong networking organization of local individuals and companies through our membership. We're actually looking to grow membership, which is an affordable, fun way for you to get involved and give back to our community. To learn more, visit GatorBowl.com for more information.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On May 28, 2006, Barry Bonds hit his 715th career home run, surpassing Babe Ruth and moving into the second place on the all-time MLB home run list.
Unlike those big corporate-owned stores, Beard's Diamonds doesn't rely on AI to help you find the right diamond. Beard's Diamonds specializes in DI, Diamond Intelligence. As Town Center's only locally owned jeweler with international connections, Beard's Diamonds is the smart choice for choosing the right jewelry for any occasion. Our Diamond Intelligence comes from years of helping your Jacksonville neighbors and connecting them to beautiful, dazzling diamonds from top designers like Tacori and Versatility. Diamond Intelligence is about finding the diamond that expresses what words can't and leaves her speechless. And Diamond Intelligence is tapping into partners from around the globe to find your true treasure without the middleman markups and bottom-line algorithms. Come experience the local, loyal, and helpful difference of Beard's Diamonds in Town Center, home of Diamond Intelligence. There's nothing artificial about it. Beard's Diamonds, proud to be Jacksonville's jeweler at the St. John's Town Center.
With the first pick in the 2025 draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Duck Rooter, the #1 plumbing, septic, and air conditioning contractor in Florida.
Congratulations, Duck Rooter. So tell us, how does it feel to be picked #1?
Duck Rooter is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When you need help with any plumbing, septic, or AC issue, just give us a call and relax. We'll send one of our first-round draft picks to tackle your problems today. DuckDuckRooter.com. That's DuckDuckRooter.com.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family-owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at StanleyPoolsFL.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
It's not too late for a deep spring cleaning on your home. Give my friends at Zero Res a call. Mayhem 3-room special starting at $149, plus the 4th room is free. Visit ZeroResJacksonville.com and tell them 1010XL sent you.
Zero Res. 1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
All right, I'm cooling down on my Atlanta Braves to continue a series tonight with the Philadelphia Phillies, and it's just been frustrating for the Braves, and there's been certain players that I think have led to more of the frustration. And you look at Michael Harris II, who has just not in any way reached the kind of numbers that were expected. Ozzie Albies is only hitting 240. He's not getting any big hits. Tell me I shouldn't be worried about this team.
Well, I mean, I think you should be worried about Albies and Harris for sure. Looking right now, just the 587 OPS, like 220. If he was hitting a little bit of power, you'd hope playing center field and walking. But Like that's,
and he's a great defender. He will never lose that spot. But we needed a 5-tool center fielder who's going to hit 325 homers and play Gold Glove defense like Andrew Jones used to do. That's what Michael Harris is being sold as an Andrew Jones level player.
Yeah.
It's just not worked out.
Not yet, at least. But I'd say probably not ever because Andrew's like,
he should be.
He should be in the hall. Yeah. I just saw something on X the other day about his numbers, and they're even offensively he's in. Yeah,
and then you throw in defense. He's done things defensively no one still to this day has done.
It's the center field position, but yeah, you were talking about the lineup construction from Snit, and it's.
Would you be okay with that? Snitker is odd in that you can tell how players are doing just by turning on the game. He'll move a guy from, like Michael Harris will hit in the 2-hole for 10 days, and then he'll get unhappy with the way he's producing, and he won't, he'll hit 8th.
Yeah, so
we got guys moving all over the place, man. And, part of that without Acuna is they're constantly looking for a leadoff man.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, I mean, we're expecting juice out of Acuna and Strider, and, I could squeeze more juice out of this remote control than I've gotten out of this baseball team who with Acuna, they've won a game? 1-3.
Is that he's been back for about 4 now?
4 games. It ain't him. I mean, he came back first pitch, 467. He's hit 2 homers. He's hitting about 300. But man, I don't know what they're waiting on. I don't understand how you can play a whole 9-inning game as a professional baseball player full of all-stars, a team, and not score a run. I'll never.
Yeah, it was surprising to flip it on last night. My son and I were watching the end of it, and to see it only 1-0, like to get an outing like that, and then it's so deflating as a team and as a position player group when you get a start like that at the end and you just weren't able to take advantage of it. There were time and time again.
We had
in New
stranded
York,
him first,
Yeah, with DeGrom would go out there and he would throw it and you'd get done with the game and be on the wrong side of it and wonder how on earth you couldn't take advantage of only giving up 2 runs over the course of 9 innings.
I'm told that Ozzie is on a 12-game hitting streak since Acuna announced he's coming back. I'm real happy for Ozzie and his 12 singles. So that's all.
Yeah,
hitting 240. You must be going 1 for 4.
Yeah, I think. Well, looking at it right now, there's not as much power as we're used to. It's like a 640, 650 OPS. Sure. I watched him last night against the left-hander Strom late in the game. I was a little bit surprised to see him kind of get worked through the way Strom did. He got some pitches to hit that he missed. Yeah, for when I was playing, I tried not to pay too much attention to the lineup in the sense that, like, you can't control where the skipper puts you.
You notice it as a kid. Like you're a high school player. It's like the one thing that you get your value as a baseball player is where you are. I mean, if you're a high school player and you've been hitting 2 all year and suddenly he's got you 7, that leaves a mark. Do you feel that at all in Major League Baseball? Is it looked at as the type of like personal demotion that you get as an amateur ball player?
Obviously, like some guys do. Even as you said that though, even in high school, I don't really remember.
Didn't matter that much.
I didn't remember where I hit. I don't know. I think I heard somebody say one time you're only going to hit there once in the game, and so you may hit leadoff this time, but you'll hit 4th the next time you're up, and then 3rd, and then 2nd. So
typically in Major League Baseball, though, did you feel a sense of security in having a similar lineup every night? Does it do anything to a ball player?
Okay, in that aspect, it was easier for you to get prepared for the situations you might encounter, that you might come up. So when I batted 5th for DC with the Nats, if I'm hitting in the first inning, something's up.
Yeah, fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm walking to the dish, something is up. We are on you. I'm probably coming in maybe for a little bit of an early kill shot right here.
Yeah.
Because it could be bases loaded, 1 out. It could be 1st and 3rd, 2 outs. We could have already scored a run. Like there's people out there, or they've already touched home plate.
Yeah.
And then once I got moved to 4th and then 3rd, the situations would change. When I was hitting 3rd, I knew I was hitting in the 1st, no matter what. And then even in 18 traded to the Cubs, I batted leadoff for like a really full stretch of that time being there.
that.
And that was a wild ride because I had never done it.
Not your prototypical leadoff hitter, I wouldn't think. I mean, the contact part, but
the accuracy, I couldn't run out of sight in a week by the time I got to Chicago. So the skipper, Joe Madden, asked me, he's like, how do you feel about leadoff? I was like, my answer was always the same. I'll hit wherever you put me. And then for me, I felt like then it was my job to recognize what the game and what I was supposed to do in the situations each. And so the toughest part about batting leadoff was I would go to bed the night before trying to sort out if I was going to swing at the first pitch the next day. Like, am I going to auto take this or am I looking to get it on,
Yeah, there you go.
I'd be thinking about that thing for 15 hours.
Yeah. That's true. When you think about it's kind of like when you have a really fun, different golf outing plan for the next day.
Yeah.
And all night you're thinking about that number one tee shot or that first hole, or sometimes you'll play 3 or 4 holes in your mind before you fall asleep. And I bet you do that a lot more as a leadoff hitter than you would at other positions. So the baseball season right now is getting into that.
We're in it now.
Yeah, you're into that.
It's a third of the way through the season. It's time to settle in because there ain't nothing but games coming and heat.
Something surprised you more than anything else right now at this stage? I'm not. Is there a sport where the manager or the head coach shows up more than baseball? Because I feels like if you put a winning manager on any team in the league, they're going to be good within 2 or 3 years. And to me, it's A.J. Hinch in Detroit is the latest example. These guys have been around through baseball. Doesn't matter where you send Terry Francona, he's going to get a playoff team. Doesn't matter where you sent Jim Leyritz. Doesn't matter where you sent Tony La Russa. Doesn't matter where Bobby Cox was. It just seems. And so Detroit has been a dead zone.
So good. They've been so good this year.
Yeah, and they got them to the playoffs last year with that second half surge. And I think a lot of people thought Detroit was a second half wonder, and that was it. And they got the best record in baseball.
I didn't believe it. I don't think I put them in our pick 'em. I don't think I got Detroit in. I went with Minnesota. I think out of the Central, maybe.
Yeah, I've got them written down somewhere. Boy, it changes fast. What's that season?
I would say if you're asking me, paying attention to baseball this year, it has surprised me at how many non-competitive pitches come from the pitcher. Throw a pitch and be like that. Nobody would have
never had a chance.
Nobody even would consider swinging it. That has surprised me.
Why is that happening?
I think because they want them to swing and miss, and they're so adverse to contact.
Yeah, and players are getting more and more free swinging.
And so you just keep kind of going. But it
doesn't help too with some. And you know what? Here's another thing. This will be my last rant, and it won't even be a rant. The Braves were playing a game the other day, and I think it was the one they lost. It's a 1-1 count, and Matt Olson's at the plate, and the guy throws the ball 4 inches off the outside of the plate, and the moronic umpire calls it a strike. It's now 1-2. We've talked about how big a strike is, and it's not that pitch. You know what it is? It's the next one that's 3 inches off the plate that he's got to swing at because he's got a monkey behind the plate who's going to shove it up him if he doesn't. And, of course, he swings and misses and strikes out, and I get his frustration. Hey, man, it's not the swing and the miss. It's that, you called a strike on a ball.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to have to cover that. You're making me cover it. And not only that, I got no more strikes left.
And by the way, Matt Olson, man, these guys, I'd get kicked out every other game in the majors. Matt Olson walks away pretty restrained, and that ump is staring at just waiting for him to say anything.
There are
I hate
some.
You, umpire.
Doug Eddings did it the other day with Walker Buehler. If you saw that one with the Red Sox. Yeah, they're some of them are instigators.
Murphy, appreciate the power.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, there he goes. That's Daniel Murphy. E.T.?
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. CoolCatsJacks.com.
The coolest cats in town.
Yeah. Tony and Jaguars today coming up next. What you got, my man? Jags on the field. That always gives you some talking points.
That is one of those rhythms in baseball season where that happens early when it's your guys at the plate and you're like, just give it to us in the next half inning, please.
Right.
Like if you're going to give it the whole night.
But they don't.
It's when the next team comes up and they don't get that call. It's just that now we're not even playing baseball anymore.
They got to go to the box. And by the way, when they go to the box, there'll be times where we get angry about that, but they got to go to the box. Take it out of this. and you know what? The worst thing ever for baseball was the box. Because I will say this for these poor umpires. Because of the box, before at least it was dubious. Babe, just missed. I don't think that was a strike. Now you know it's not. And
now you're like sitting there.
That's
you
pretty
see
fine
the pitch.
too. Yeah.
The catcher lined up inside and catches the outside corner. And it's like, well, to the umpire, they can't tell it's a strike.
Like they don't have the box.
Right. Like they can't see it that way.
Yeah.
Like I get why they would
and
call
plus
that
they can't see. There's also that.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
Yeah. All right. So what we got today?
We'll have Tom McManus in with us for the show again today.
Good.
He was out at OTA practice yesterday,
All right.
we'll react to everything that was seen out there. Our question of the day today: how many sacks will Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker combine for this season? Your options in the poll: 30+ between the two of them, 26 to 29.5, 22 to 25.5, or 21.5 or less.
I think my guess, if I was guessing and trying to win money on getting it right, I'd probably go 22.5 to 25.5, which is a pretty steady number considering many years of like no pressure on the quarterback.
I'm gonna get into some of those numbers historically for the Jags.
All right, good.
And,
I like that.
Where it would compare for what they've actually
Haven't we
done.
had years where we had like 32 total?
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, here you got a couple guys that you might get to with just them. All right, Jaguars Today is coming up next. Appreciate Murphy and the Power Hour today, and we'll be back tomorrow. It's been a Beach Roast Plumbing Wednesday.
The Drill.
From the Divorce Men